Alright, hello. Let's switch over to the screen. Hi! And as usual, we'll start some words on stream while we wait for everyone to show up. I hope everyone had a good Christmas. As I was making the thumbnail for this episode, I was like, oh, yay! It's Danganronpa Lapse Live, which is, you know, something I can't say for, like, the entire cast. Hey, Radical. Hi, PK. Welcome in. I was looking like, there's, like, we have, like, what, 3 people alive? Like, what are we gonna do? No, because we got, what? Save, Forte, and Lyle? And Kanon. I think that's it. Like, geez, how did we get here? I mean, I know how, but... yeah, so, I listened to the final Ithaca saga from Epic, and I'm concerned how much I really like the song Hold Them Down. I think it's just the singer's voice, though, because I'm like, oh man, it's like, you know, the creepy villain songs. It's really good as a creepy villain song, but you're like, oh god, it's like Hellfire from Hunchback of Notre Dame. You're like, wait a second. These words are a bit much, but it just goes. It goes so good. I mean, I see a word here, and I'm gonna type it. I don't think I'm gonna get blocked out of this thing, right? It's a word. Kasota, CM, hi. Oh god, you come in as I type that. Oh, come on, game, take it. That was a word. Like the birds. So yeah, so Epic ended, and it was happy. So I'm like, yay, happy feelings. Kasota, how was... You thought the same thing. Taking a break out of Christmas? Okay, yeah, of course. Totally understandable. What's this? Oh. Did you finish playing Eden's Garden, Kuzusada? Oh, which speaking of, I went back and played Pachinko for like 2 hours. I got all the gifts, and I have tons of Mara bucks. So, I don't have plenty of time until Chapter 2 comes out, but when it does, I'm gonna replay the game with that save file, with all my things. Wolf King's corpse is still shrouding their save file. Dang. Oh, I also went back and I have the picture we'll look up after Words on Stream's done. I went back and looked at my old predictions for Eden's Garden. Man, for 3 whole seconds, for 3 seconds, I had Mara as Wolfgang's killer. Then I'm like, no, that's dumb. She's a survivor, and I put Grace instead, which makes that worse. I mean, like, I know I'm generally really wrong on my predictions, but, like, damn. I went, oh no, not his killer's gonna kill him, his girlfriend's gonna kill him. And I was like, no, me, what are you doing? I don't really like any of my predictions anymore, though. And I really, like, I was listening to myself, but like, okay, I see where I was going with this, but I don't think any of it's right anymore. I mean, obviously it's not right anymore, but I feel like a lot of it's wrong. It's because I get them wrong, right? I should, like, make a guess and then just throw it in a randomizer and be like, okay, that's going to be probably way more correct than I was ever going to be. But again, still, nothing is ever beating how terrible I was at Despair Time guessing. I mean, I guess there's still a chance as it gets out, I'll get way more. Even paranoid so far for a spoiler? But it's been going fine so far? Sconce? Oh, God, I would've... Well, okay, well... Yeah, I was like, scone then. Sconce is the word. Let's see, what else happened this week? Oh, I got new games. I got a new Jackbox, and I got... You're going to get to the trial this Sunday? Nice, good. It's fun. The minigame is really fun. It's hard. That final minigame, I was so scared I was going to take forever on stream doing it. I'm like, I'm so sorry you guys all see me fail this. Let's say. I got the Bathhouse, the Chilla's Art horror game. I know I got that. I got something else, but I forgot what I got. So it was really fun, but way too long. It was, but I think it's because they had to set up so much. So I imagine you didn't go to my trial. Oh yeah, of course. No, I understand. Yeah, at the execution, I think there was like 130 people all to watch me freak out over the execution. Because I was freaking... Oh, you guys got a perfect score and I missed that. Oh my god, congrats. Way to go. Oh, that's amazing. And you have 5 levels for that. That's cool. Yeah, it's a long execution. I think, Dakota, Kai's voice actor, was like telling me it was like over 4 minutes long. It didn't feel like 4 minutes. It felt like 2 minutes of pain. Unskippable ads? Hold on, let me pop over to this thing. You think it's gonna be either Kai, Grace, or Eva? Let's see. Yeah, no, I have a button that says, do you want to insert an ad now? And I'm like, no, thank you. Ugh. Why they put a long unskippable, though? That's rude. You don't want to be any of them because you love them all? Yeah, I was... Like, okay, again, I have the tier list thing up right now, too. And I'm looking, I'm like, oh, what would I change on my former guests on Ian's Garden? I'm like, but I don't want them to die. I don't want any of them to die. I like these characters. They're fun. Wolfgang was the only character you didn't like, and now he's he's dead. So you're like, eh. I really thought Wolfgang was... I so thought he was going to be there forever. I was like, oh man, he's so going to be a Phoenix Wright type of character. They ignored Pactual. Alright. But yeah, so hold on, let me pull this up real quick. This was my 2 years ago, exactly like 2 years ago, guesses that I had. I don't like it. It wasn't gonna play out like a normal Danganronpa. Yeah, which is why I really hate this. So like, ugh, I want to give her my double kill in my buff chapter 4 theory thing. And how would this work out? This would not work out. But yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and pull up. The chapter 2 guesses make you sad. I'm sorry. What is that? Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like that's correct anymore either, but I don't know. Okay, so let's continue with... Oh, cool, and I saved it right there, too, because I clearly dislike myself. Did I do the other ending in chapter 2? Oh my gosh, there was another ending too in chapter 2, wasn't there? Wait, did I do that? No, I don't think I did. Hold on. Right? I don't remember the choices were anymore. I'll go back and look at that because I don't remember what. Oh, distrusting Missy. Note to self: go back, distrust Missy. Later. Distrust Missy later. All right, I'll make sure to go make a save file, right? That spot it later. All right. Missy. Checking volume. Okay, good. That's disrespecting the... I know, right? Like, all right, I'll remember to go back in time and say you're a liar to this dead girl. As we closed in on her, the first thing I noticed was the large slash that was cut into her chest. Her drooping body was held upright against the elevator door jamb between the elevator cab and foyer, preventing the doors from shutting. Ah, shit! We rushed to her side, all while maintaining a cautious distance from her unmoving body. I reached for her glasses and noticed her bracelet. Yeah, poor Missy. Lyle, before we jump to any conclusions... I was concerned, of course, but I drew Lyle's attention to her wrist. The small bracelet was still rose gold. Phew! Wait, she's... Oh my god. Wait, I'm sorry. She's okay? Wait, what? Oh no, no! Oh god, okay. She's not the victim, but... What happened to her? And why did the body discovery announcement go off? So I'm sorry, have I been holding on for like 2 weeks thinking that Missy was dead when she's perfectly fine? Well, not perfectly fine, but relatively fine? She's alive, right? Get her up and let's find out. Lyle kneeled down, trying to wake her from whatever daze she was in as I returned her glasses. I can't believe it. I stopped right there. Her eyes fluttered and she groaned, reaching towards a deep cut in her chest. I swear, between the chandelier and this, you guys are just like, wow, Dex. Like, you can guess right on like the wrongest things sometimes. The wrong things are so long. Missy! To be fair, look at that gash. Jeez. Echo, Lyle. Come with me. Her eyes snapped open and she leapt into the elevator, clicking the button for the trial grounds. We gave chase and rumbled to the requested floor. Wait, can I go back and distrust you now? Upon arrival, we were met with another gruesome encounter. No! No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I mean... No. I didn't want Forte to die instead of Missy. She's doing fantastic, but the rumors of her death are greatly exaggerated. No, I don't want to be either of those two. At the end of the stream, I even said she would get up and say it was a lie. Oh my god, I did say she was going to Kokichi this. At what cost? At what cost did I do this? Forte's body was covered in blood and Sei, stained with the liquid as well, was sitting on the floor in an emotionless daze, staring at him. Say. She said nothing as the three of us surrounded Forte's body. His bracelet was tinged with a sickening bright pink color that indicated his death status, as if the pools of blood didn't indicate it clearly enough. His voice was good. It is chapter 3. No, not to say it ain't so, Joe. What the hell happened when we split up? Astonishment painted Missy's face as she took in the scenery. We ripped around to glare at the most damning person, the one drenched in blood. Okay, but like, if this game pulls another like 180 on me and Missy's a killer, and so I still lose Missy and Forte today, I'm gonna cry a little. What? Say's attached expression told us nothing, or perhaps everything. I'm sorry. I have no idea what happened. You better not be lying. I am not. Oh yeah, she's dying. Where's Kanon? Yeah, where is Kanon? As much as you like Forte, you like Missy more. I get no. Missy flinched and tenderly tried to cover her wound. Investigate as you wish. I won't stop you. I need to clean this up and stop gushing out blood from my heart. Missy tottered through the elevator and into the infirmary on the other side, leaving us with the victim and say, Kanon is in the non-canon canon. So, care to share anything, Say? Didn't think so. This is a mess. Yeah? Is it really up to us to investigate? We were just about the furthest away from the crime. How could we even begin to infer what occurred 4 floors above? It's only up to us. Does it look like Say or Missy are going to fess up? They're covered in blood. Yeah, you're right. At the very least, we were together with Gaia, so that solidifies our alibi somewhat. Having said that, Kanon was still nowhere to be found. Could it be? Let's get to it. Find Kanon or investigate? Okay. Okay, I have a Kai one, but for some reason, you can see what he's doing. I don't know why. He keeps like shrinking and growing over and over again when he stands still. I had to figure out a way to fix that. It's a little weird and wonky. Hey, Say, do you want to say anything? Say was motionless and expressionless. She didn't dare look at anything except the body that lay before her. I didn't even know where to begin with questioning her. I didn't want to suspect her, but it was difficult to think otherwise. She didn't appear to make any attempt at hiding her involvement either. I stammered for a minute before giving up entirely. So what's the big idea, Say? Saying nothing just makes you look more suspicious, you know. Well, it certainly doesn't make her any less suspicious either. Sure, but blood makes a compelling case in favor of suspicion of murder. Thanks for nothing. Kai went up 3 tiers after seeing his room. His room is so cute. I loved his room. I was so happy in those scenes. Oh, also, let me see if... I'm just gonna see if the size is... If I fix the size on Junko. No, with an ad, of course, an ad. The second I tried doing that. Okay. Alright, Flority's body. Wait, hold on, were those... It looks like he was stabbed multiple times before the culprit plunged the dagger firmly into one spot. Surrounding the dagger stuck in his body, Forte had several tears in his shirt, exposing lacerations in his abdomen underneath. You got 4 ads already? Okay, hold on. Yeah, I don't know why they like single out one person to do that each time. Okay, what if I hit this? Okay. Okay, I think that hitting this button, I should be able to pause ads for a while. We'll see. Oh my god, it's a normal size. Thank goodness. Yay. That fixed. Oops. Let's get back to the ghost stream. The lacerations were noticeably clustered around the abdominal area. So you got stabbed multiple times? Oh, that feels rude. It's just radical. Oh my gosh, you're right, it is. Forte's body was lying face up, with a familiar dagger stuck in his abdomen. That's Darling's dagger. If the scenario were anything like the scenario when I went with Missy to investigate, I could only assume the dagger came from her possession. But why did Missy herself suffer such a huge slash? Yui and Mitch killed Forte, let's be real. Blood underneath them. Behind Forte's head was a sizable pool of blood. It's possible he fell backward and the back of his head split from impact. The thought was upsetting. Is there anything else in his body? Got the knife, got the stab wound, his shoes look fine. Okay, I think that's it on him. Yeah. I don't see anything else in this room. Lyle, help me. Any thoughts? At least you don't see his face. Yeah. Pfft. Just the one that says the culprit. It seems plainly clear enough, but does that seem like something she would do? Yes. Yes, Echo, it does. We know firsthand it does. Well, who knows? It's likely that while the other group was investigating, something occurred that provoked her. Oh, and I figured you might know a little more about her since you two have been talking lately. It's nothing like that. She doesn't talk much. I usually just think out loud to her. As for how she might behave, I can't put a pin on her. So excluding the obvious potential culprit, I'm up a creek. It was only understandable that both of us were stumped. Yeah, we saw. We know she can do this. We'll see what changes when Kanon shows up, dead or alive, that is. Okay, Lyle, thanks for, like, really softening that for us. She's a clockmaker, so if she made a plan, it would work like clockwork. That's cool sounding. The scene was gruesome. Despite that, there didn't seem to be much of note. So, did you find anything? No? It wasn't like the last murder scene where there's like 8,000 pieces of evidence. To say I even have half an idea of what happened would be a stretch. There's very little to draw conclusions from, well, except for... Lyle and I looked at Sei. Forte's body, Sei's bloodied state, and the essentially locked room. It couldn't be more straightforward. I can't believe this. Is there even a victim report? Maybe if we return, we can find one printed from the kiosk. I'd like to see... Aww, we got a little avatar or a sprite change. She looks cute. I'd like to see the victim report as well. I'm displeased to say that I'm unaware of what happened here. Missy returned to the trial grounds from the infirmary, a gauze dressing covering the inflicted wound. Right, she's all cutely bandaged. As Missy scanned the bloody scene once more, her downcast gaze paused to meet Sei's. Sei, why don't we get you cleaned up? You're being awfully casual with the culprit. Missy didn't respond. She offered her hand to Sei, who stiffly reached up to receive it. The two of them left the crime scene without a word. Were we supposed to stop them? Well, it's not like they get very far. I don't even know where to start on how strange this all is. Let's get down to the foyer and then find the victim report. There's no use standing around a dead body. Zero probably has to clean this place up for the trial anyway. I nodded. Oh, does it still say Charizard? Oh my god, that's fun. Okay, I'll remember to fix that. I nodded. Lyle started towards the elevators. I glanced at Forte's body one last time. We took the elevator back to the foyer once more. Arriving, Lyle went straight for the main kiosk. I stepped out to follow, but stopped at a familiar sight. A familiar photograph of Darling was on the floor. It had a small puncture at the top of it. Huh? I've seen this before. It was the same photograph Missy received for her special gift, but this time, I wasn't with her when she received it. However, I noticed that the wall near the elevator had a similarly small puncture that matched the photograph. Could it be? The two punctures in the wall in the photograph could be indicative of when Missy pinned the photo on the wall with Darling's dagger like last time. But if the photo is on the floor, a puncture is in the wall, and the dagger is in a different place, someone must have taken the dagger out of the wall. What did it mean, if it meant anything at all? Hey, Echo! The victim report is over here. Sorry, yeah, coming. I hustled over to Lyle as he waved the postcard-sized black sheet. Alright, let's see this. The victim's body was discovered on the trial grounds. The estimated time of death is 13:45, which is 1:45 p.m. Wow, we got nothing? This feels rude. Oh my god, wait. Are those all stab wounds? Oh my god, was he stabbed 28 times? The NPCs are getting beaten. Oh my gosh, you're right. It's like... Wait, hi, welcome in. I know, 28 stab wounds. Alright, let's solve this, I guess. You're telling me this is completely useless? It doesn't even say the cause of death. Yeah, I feel cheated. I was like, guys, we'll just lick his blood. Then we'll figure out what happened. Yeah, it's all dodgy. I wonder if Gaia had something to do with manipulating the report. ... You think she had something to do with it? Well, I'm not ruling out the possibility. If there's 28 stab wounds and clearly Wolfgang's ghosted then. Right? Because I'm like, okay, yeah, he has 28 stab wounds to the back of his head, but like, I don't know, to his stomach, but he also has like the back of his head wound too. Like, who hated my poor man this much? He's saying really nicely. Actually, you know what? He did sing copyright music, and YouTube jumped on that on me. I was like, wait. Well, I'm not ruling out the possibility. While Gaia allegedly lost her overseer of visibility, it might be possible she had the capability of manipulating the report from the workstation. I grumbled at the thought of another suspicious act. Oh, that reminds me. Kanon is still absent. I hope yeah, we really should be concerned. Zeph, hi! Rip Mr. Solo, I know, right? I spent 2 weeks thinking Missy was dead because I stopped at just finding her body. Well, I find out she's not dead, and surprise, my other favorite Forte is dead. I'm doing great. I hope she's okay. She must be. If she were dead, another victim report would have turned up. What if she's amputated, Lyle? Like, that's a possibility. Like, oh no, not dead yet. That's not very comforting, Lyle. After our brief discussion about the victim report, Missy and Say emerged from the living quarters, meeting us in the foyer. Magic Puppet, hi, welcome in. It was pretty unfortunate, it was. In a coma. Say's expression remained as somber as before. Missy's eyes were shifting with unease. The two of them might have cleaned up the mess of the scene before, but whatever was going on through their minds continued to darken their faces. The trial might start any time now. Let's use our time wisely to get information out of those two. Oh, we think they're going to talk. Okay, well, I mean, I guess Missy would talk way more. Yeah, that's true. Missy, are you alright? Wouldn't that be... Okay, so... I know we're saying the morphogenetic fields thing, whatever. But, there was this movie with Ashton Kutcher, like, way back in the day called, like, Butterfly Effect. And sometimes, not all the times, I really don't understand his time travel powers, really. Or different time jump powers. He could hurt... If he got injured in one, it would appear in a different timeline. And maybe this is, like, just a chandelier injury from another timeline just appearing on her. She's like, I don't know what happened. It was weird. I'll survive. Fortunately, the cut wasn't too deep. That's a relief. What happened? To be honest, I haven't the foggiest. I could hardly even recall how I ended up where I did. Start from the top. What did your group do when we split up? We visited Cyrus's room as a group to gather information. I used a dagger pommel to knock the doorknob off and unlock the latch. Inside, we found files about the Preservation Project, a class dossier detailing our backgrounds, and some floor plans for the area you visited. After exhausting the files information, we visited the trial grounds thinking we could confront the one administering this game. However, Zero was nowhere to be found. We had hit a dead end. Figures. Whoa. Missy's story lined up with striking similarity to what she did when I explored the main floor with her and Forte. If this was true, it's likely I knew exactly what information was detailed, thanks to a strange occurrence that I experienced. Echo's just the ultimate timeline jumper? Yeah, clearly. While we were idling in the trial grounds, the motives directed at Forte and Sei came into play. Forte had a bit of a sorrowful look about him when he heard the song, and Sei, she got nothing. We had hit a dead end. We searched the most damning places we could in our area, and still yet, nothing cropped up. That said, I decided to employ what I learned about Sei from the files. She has some connection to Zero. Sei knows Zero? Oh yeah, that's right, I know that. You don't know that, Lyle. The only ones who knew about Sei and Zero were the ones who stayed in the foyer and investigated Cyrus's confidential information. Yes, I pleaded for her to share what she knew. She would admit it for the sake of escaping our enclosure. But, rather than assisting, it appears she snuck the dagger from my possession and lashed out at me. Oh, okay, so Sei did attack Missy. Okay. Oh no, okay. Okay, here's where I'm scared. So Sei's attacking Missy. What if Missy tried defending herself and Forte tried like going like, Sei, stop, and like tried pull... No, we got stabbed like 28 times. Now you remember what happens here? What if Missy was trying to defend herself and, you know, by attacking her attacker Sei, and then somehow, I don't know how, stabbed Forte 28 times. I was like, oh no, I'm so sorry. Stab. Too many stabs for an accident. It was dark, right? I don't know. It's Ghostface coded. I'm afraid so. I must have said something wrong to provoke her. At that point, all I can recall is toppling back from the sudden offense as Forte put himself between me and Sei. She made a threat to harm herself, directing the dagger at herself, after which Forte made a move to take the dagger. But seeing as she's unharmed, it was a false alarm. I probably hit my head or something because I must have blacked out until you two came. Missy, I'm not trusting this testimony. No. Missy trailed off. It was discomforting seeing her so unsure. As far as your admission goes, Sei was the last one wielding the dagger. The very same one that's planted in Forte's body right now. That's correct. There doesn't... Please don't let it be Missy. Please. There doesn't seem to be any conclusion here, is there? This is essentially a locked room murder with only one possible culprit. It'd be difficult to contest otherwise. I just wouldn't be able to sit with myself if I really did cause her to spiral this far. Her voice cracked with remorse. I wanted to reassure her that it wasn't her fault, but I didn't want to lie and let anyone down. The situation was getting more and more bleak by the minute. By the way, yeah, Kanon. Poor Kanon. Kanon's probably, like, you know, like, sitting all alone, like, it's my birthday. Where is everybody? Wish we could tell you. Looks like you didn't see her crawling around here either. She disappeared while we were investigating behind the doors. Can't say where she ran off to, though. Poor Kanon. I see. Her absence during all this is quite disconcerting. Expectation birthday party. Actually got Murder Man. Look, we said it'll be a surprise for your birthday. Surprise! Your friends are all dead. Still a surprise. Not to mention, I didn't seem to have the revolver in my possession anymore. Missy reached into her inner coat pockets and came up short. Oh, you've got to be kidding. So the revolver was missing. That, along with Kanon's absence, was cause for concern. What did you two learn in the sequestered floor beneath us? She dies on her birthday, it's Happy Death Day 3. And then she'd go back in time and reset everything, just like we did. Or maybe we did it. Maybe she's been resetting everything because she keeps dying on her birthday. Hey! Well, the rooms below are the trophy room, testing chambers. We didn't explore the trophy room, but from the outside look of it, it's just a display area for a hunting game. However, we found the physical bodies of Zero and Eve, or Akihiko Quartz and Gaia Espere in the testing chambers. Oh, so you learned their identities as well. Yeah, you don't seem surprised. The two students' profiles were also in the class dossier. Why they were included when the other participants is beyond me. You think that kind of information would be better hidden. Hats look really weird on... Oh, they're too low on his... Yeah, they're too low on him. I gotta fix Kai this weekend. Poor Kai, I'm sorry. Other than that, we didn't find much else of note. Imagine naming your kids Gaia and Pandora. Yeah, theme... You know, I want to make fun of theme names, but then I remember my Sims 100 Baby Things where everyone just had a theme name if there were, you know, more than one kid, so... Yeah, I can't judge too hard. I see. And none of you were near the crime scene at all. No. When the blackout occurred, we were immobilized, stuck in the testing chambers until the lights returned. There was a blackout? I had no idea. Well, yeah, because your entire vision blacked out. I must have hit when I was in my daze. I can't help but think I caused a snowball effect would say, resulting in Forte's death. Missy grumbled under her breath. She was visibly trying to wrap her head around what we learned. After learning about the details of Missy's side of events, things were getting more and more tangled up. Alright, do we think Say's gonna even say anything to me? Or just be like, go away. Say, we probably shouldn't wash the blood off your hands. We could have... Well, I guess we can't. I don't know, it just feels like we washed evidence off of you. Hey, are you okay? Are you hurt or, like, anything? No. You're fine? Lady Macbeth sends her regards. Say nodded. Okay, cool. That's good to hear, I guess. Why? Why do you care? Well, I'm glad you're not murdered. That's always good news. Come on, say something. So, she came out of the mess completely unscathed. Unlike Missy, who received a nasty scar. And unlike Kanon, who was completely missing. What was going on? So, say, what you gotta say about the crime scene? Oh my god, Olin. Anything you say can and will be used against you in court. And say something, I'm giving up on you. No, it should be crystal clear what happened here. You say that, but... Stay closed her eyes and turned away, ending the conversation promptly. I couldn't bring myself to believe it. What? There's nothing more to be said about this, is there? She's asking for this. There shouldn't even be a trial for something as clear as this. Lyle, I swear to God, Lyle, you're going to get me killed every single trial. I just don't want to jump to any hasty conclusions, okay? We might suffer the consequence of poor decision if we go with the most obvious. We had to be careful. The trial was our only chance to clear the confusion, even if it did look as clear as day. There's something to think about here? Lyle's so hasty. No. We're not saying Lyle did. I don't think Lyle did it. He's so cute, but he knows all. Yeah, we're not trying to rush this trial because Lyle, you didn't do a murder. You definitely didn't stab. Oh my God, but Forte's tallish, and he got stabbed in the stomach. Oh my God, no. A seesaw effect. No, I don't want to lose Lyle. After talking to Missy and Say, Lyle and I shuffled off to stop. I'm out of characters. When I say, like, I don't want to lose anybody, it's like, well, who do you got left? I wonder what could have put everyone in such a precarious situations. Yeah, let's have Gaia do it. Gaia, can you come here and just do the, and just, take blame for the murder? You're new. I don't care about you. Never mind that. We have a very clear culprit here, don't you agree? If we point out who it is right away, the answers will come spilling out. Billy Loomis confirmed. I don't know if it's as simple as you think it is. Don't get all contemplative. Don't get all contemplative on me. Look, it's dangerous to make assumptions. I don't want to suffer needless consequences if we can help it. Blame you and Mitch? Yeah, you and Mitch for sure. I get that. But don't discount a healthy suspicion. There's no use in blindly following someone's word and word alone. Especially when the adrenaline starts messing up their perception of the situation. Facts can get muddled up. Yoink. There you go. Agreed. We've experienced it personally. Lyle and I were on the same page. Although our approaches were different, the only thing we had going forward was our intuition. We put our heads together. We have to put our heads together. We won't get anywhere if we don't work together. I hope I can count on you for help. Likewise, but I can't promise anything. Where on earth is Kanon though? Yeah, we're not looking for her. Like, hello, we lost a child in a murder game. Can we, like, I don't know, hold hands and look places? Alright, last I recall, she's been acting a little worrisome since last night. And I don't think it helped her frustrations that you tried to take her camera. Lyle shot me a dark look for a second before casting his gaze on her heavy eyelids. She's not the most trustworthy, okay? Running around doing who knows what. Oh, I shouldn't stir the pot, I suppose. Just taking a nap? Don't worry. Well, now I worry more. Now I'll be like, everyone's gonna be like, oh man, the chandelier. I'm gonna look up the chandelier and there's like Ken's body just like, hanging from it. No, I don't want that game. I'm not trying to manifest that. Please don't do that to me. I sighed. I couldn't disagree with Lyle's stance, but Kanon did attempt to cheer me up somewhat. Stop bad-mouthing your baby. I couldn't flat out accuse Lyle. I couldn't help but think her behavior was a result of me rejecting her photograph. Ugh, it's that time, folks! Class trial time. The elevator will take you all the way to the courtroom once everyone has entered. Not that there's much of you left. The four of us sulked into the elevator once more, the doors sliding to a close as we anxiously stood by for whatever discoveries we would make in the courtroom. There was squat for investigating, yeah. We stood in the elevator cab, unmoving. Jeez, what's going on this time? Again, we didn't get Kanon. The door slid open once more. Like, isn't there punishments for not going to the trial? Kanon! Look at you, not dead and hanging from a chandelier. Thank God. Oh, wait, what? Kanon crept into the elevator. The doors finally closed and the elevator began to move. Baby! She was alive, thankfully. Or is she just a robot replacing her so we don't notice that she's dead? Hmm? Kanon! Where the hell have you been? We didn't hear a single breath from her. Her silence was deafening. She faced away from the rest of us, completely unreadable. Is this a doll like you're gonna die? Kanon was alive after all. But her behavior after last night and her absence during this whole mess, it was worrisome. Kanon, I whispered, but she didn't react at all. Kanon made a haunting re-entry. Given what we knew about a revolver gone missing and Kanon's disappearance from the testing chambers moments before the body announcement. You miss your turn to die so? Same. I want it back. Even if I did have, you know, a terrible route. Was I too late? Was this my fault? Chapter 3 start? You have both routes on save, so you're good? I figured, like, look. I only have, of those characters, Shin left. Yeah. Yeah. I believe I think I saved Rico at first. And then, yeah. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad in my save file. She didn't turn. Kanon, I was cold to you last night. You don't have to apologize. I ought to be the one who's sorry. Kanon's voice was hushed. Huh? You also have Shin? Okay, I feel a little embarrassed when else has Shin. Oh, and Hayasaka, I think, for my doll that I have left. And I think he's the only one. I think I fucked up so bad on that one. Huh? I'm sorry. Is it? I thought you could have Kana instead. Oh, it's Kanon with quote marks? Oh, okay, got it. But you don't have anything to be sorry for. I'm the one who tore your well-intentioned photo in half. Kanon? What did she mean? I ought to be the one who's sorry. The atmosphere was disquieting. No one said a word. We stoically reserved all our inquiries for the upcoming trial. Investigation. There was, like, no investigation. It was just like, hey, look, there's a corpse, there's a knife, and there's some blood on everybody. For real. You kept all the dolls alive except Mai in the Kana route and killed them all in this route? Oh, that's... Another visit to the trial grounds. Every trace of the crime scene had been removed as if nothing had happened. Yeah, hold on, wait a second. Why is it... That feels like it's not allowed. However, I saw a faint phantom image of blood painting the floor burn the back of my eyes. Oh, okay, never mind. We can stay traumatized, we're okay. Ranmaru! That weirdo. Well, I guess I am a weirdo of mine. I don't know if... I think he could be, like, slightly less weird in other routes. The five of us stepped in warily, footsteps echoing in the chamber, as we habitually navigated to our respective stands in silence. Another trial. No. When we split up, our groups had discovered a slew of information that attempted to explain our captivity. No. This trial is weird. Alright, let's... I mean, yeah, we have no evidence. Our evidence is time travel. But in spite of making these discoveries that we thought would help us prevent further danger, another one of our group has fallen. I'm getting real worried about Missy. Missy's in a spot that looks like, hey man, if someone dies, this spot looks like it'd be clear up. It is unfortunate that I must greet you like this, but welcome back to the trial grounds. A fuzzy hologram of Gaia appeared before us. Our evidence is that we're Doctor Who. The doctor? Oh, you're here too. Sure, whatever. Showing your face isn't really gonna change anything, you know? Gaia, do you know anything about what happened to Forte? I can't say that I do, but please consider my presence an asset to your discussion. Should you need any inquiries answered, I will do my best. Jeez, this one has been nothing but useless. If anything, I would posit that Zero will, at very least, respect my testimony. Also, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. What makes you think you can pull the wool over our eyes? What if you two are colluding? You give her too much credit. At this point, she's nothing but an obstacle. Eve, or I guess, as you know her now, Gaia. No zilch. I'm the only one who knows for certain whether you will all be voting correctly or incorrectly. After all, what kind of judge would I be if I didn't know? Freeing Gaia meant stripping her of her prize. Wait, what? But we're not here to talk about that. So let's get this show on the road. Class trial, all rise. And I guess say the Pledge of Allegiance? Yeah, no, I'm saving. Using every single save slot I have on this thing. Which I'm gonna run out soon. Alright. The Pledge of Despair. Let's go over the rules, shall we? You're all on trial to figure out who the culprit is of today's heinous crime. I also know what I have not done today yet. Just give you all a battle royale. There you go. The rules are as follows. Discuss, discover, and determine who the culprit is among your group. A majority vote will seal the individual's fate. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, we know. Determine and vote correctly. Culprit will receive proper retribution. Parish will handle a group decision. Phew, and you might live to see another day. You lost a fighter dude too? Oh, I love fighter dude. Thought you lose them all no matter what. You know, I'm gonna go look back at my save file because I don't remember. Because it's been, again, like 800 years. It's been 84 years. Our victim today is Forte Solo, the ultimate opera singer. It's a real shame we never got to hear that bass baritone voice of his. C'est la vie. Yeah, the coffin thingies. So, you know what to do. I'm sure it'll be done. You'll get this one done real quick. Zero chuckled to himself after his brisk opening statement. We all stared at each other from the circumference of our stands, our eyes locking onto the most suspicious say. Don't waste your breath on this. There's an obvious answer. Yeah, is that so? Let's be the judge of that. This case is going to be difficult, but we need to try. Though I desperately wish this wouldn't happen again, a culprit must be found. First things first. We can't ignore the fact that Say was right in the middle of the crime scene, drenched in blood, presumably from the victim himself. It is ineffable, the sheer amount of evidence proving that you were at fault for this. Congrats, Kasuna! Make your own judgment. Fine. There's no way around the fact that no one else could have killed Forte, but I suppose I'll entertain you. Let's clear up everyone's alibi. When the six of us split up, the two groups were as follows. Missy, Forte, and Say went to investigate the doors we've seen. Kanon, Echo, and I went to investigate beyond the doors. Are you to go now? Alright, bye! Thanks for stopping in! Here's when Gaia's statement will prove useful. Oh yeah, Me, Lyle, and Kanon were together with her for a majority of the afternoon, down to the testing chambers. That is correct. I have not left the testing chambers since my release. As for supporting Lyle and Echo's statement, I did not see anyone leave the testing chambers. Nevertheless, I unfortunately took no notice of when Kanon supposedly left. Yeah, Kanon, you managed to slip out unnoticed while Lyle and I spoke to Gaia. Where did you go? I had to step out. Yeah, I know. Where to? Back to the main wing so you could sneak around the plot and... Back to the main wing so you could sneak around and plot something of your own? Kanon in the main wing. If she were involved in Forte's murder, she never made herself known during our journey. The three of us didn't see a trace of her as we explored the rooms, and only the three of us went up to the elevator before Forte's demise. She had to go pee. So, only the three of you went up. Missy, is there anything else you can tell us about your group's exploration? Forte is no longer with us. And Sai is the obvious culprit number one. Okay, again, chill, Lyle, chill. Kanon want to take a quick selfie, Max style. Sai might be unreliable. Doesn't the blood speak for itself? Say, one moment. I hate to commit to a conclusion so hastily, so I'd like to know what occurred leading to the events that caused my side of the investigation to unravel so grievously. Okay, we'll say it really quietly, but I also don't like Chloe. The three of us moved as one unit in the main wing for the entirety of our investigation. Like I said, we all entered the trial grounds together. And, well, I cannot speak more plainly about what occurred after, though I wish more than anything it were untrue. But that wish is nothing but dust. The slash that has been carved in proves this. Say, turn the dagger on me. Okay, yeah, and the blood is... So what happened? Okay, yeah. So no, never mind. I need more info. I thought I had an idea, and my idea was like, no, you don't. Haha. Christian, hi. Hi, I'm doing good. Hope you're healing up well from your dental surgery. Is it because she slashed you doesn't mean she killed Strong Boy? Yeah. I don't think she did. Like I said, I really think the blood is just Missy's, not Forte's. Say, this is clear as day. Say, oh my god, it rhymes. Clear as day. Say Kono is the culprit behind Forte Solo's murder. Hold it. If you ask me to act right now, I wouldn't lay a vote against Say. I was the only one present when she made her assault. I should know what her motive to cause harm was, and I will say it was not with murderous intent. Well, I was like this every chapter, yeah. Say still harmed you, though. That action alone could be indicative of more. Case in point, the very poignant murder of Forte. Are you protecting her? What do you even have to gain from doing something like that? Hang on. If Missy has an explanation, we should hear her out. I'm still apprehensive about voting too quickly, especially when we haven't established any rhyme or reason. Indeed. My testimony is not driven by a want to gain anything except the truth. Would I not be endangering myself if I voted against Say? Ugh. See where this is going. Knowing tiresome you all are, you want to dig for a reason behind these sort of things, despite seeing that the conclusion cannot be more telling. Fine, let's talk motivation. Just cut to the chase, will ya? It would be helpful after all. Zero explicitly delivered motivations in different, targeted ways over the course of the afternoon. Yeah, they're the tiresome ones, I know, right? Motivations? What could have caused Say to turn the dagger against Missy? And possibly against Forte as well. And did hearing the other motivations cause someone else to behave differently? Hopefully in turn we might get an answer to Lau's question of what Missy might have to gain if she potentially were protecting Sei. Let's see what everyone has to say about their specific motives. My motive? It was a photograph. Oh, let's just click that? Oops. My motive, along with Kanon's, was delivered shortly after our two groups parted ways. A photograph, the bloody portrait. Oh, I need that. Missy drew the sheath dagger she clung to at the second trial. I admit, I was overcome with a zealousness to confront the one we call Puppet Master, pinning the mocking photo on the wall to the elevator with the dagger. How the dagger ended up in the trial grounds as the murder weapon. I can only suspect that Sei discreetly retrieved it from the wall and concealed it on her person before attacking me in a state of panic. Sei was found in front of the body, covered in blood, and is not denying anything. And Missy said Sei attacked her with the dagger. So, we're able to trace the dagger's origin back to you. But you claim to have left it as a wall adornment before entering the elevator. Correct. I still wasn't sure if I could write off the conditions of Missy's wound just yet. But Missy was initially Missy not intentionally But Missy not initially taking the dagger with her to the trial grounds seems intentional somehow. Let's see what everyone else is saying. Okay. Photograph. Let's just hear it out. Ugh, we know that much. Care to expound on what the photograph is? Well, I don't think Sei did it. Unless it's I don't think Sei did it. I think Sei may have attacked Missy but didn't kill her. But I don't think Sei attacked Forte a million times. No, I didn't look at it. Do you want us to suspect you? For all we know, you could have been planning something from the very moment you received that photograph. Lyle, just chill for 3 seconds. If Missy said she didn't see Kanon around, it's not fair to call Kanon the culprit right away. I still think there's something strange about her not being around when the lights went out. Though she claimed that she didn't look at the motive photograph, Kanon's absence during a majority of the afternoon was concerning. Okay, so I was supposed to click everything. Good. Say, the announcement didn't direct any sort of gift to you? That's true. Forte Solomon's song was announced first, and Sei's announcement of nothing follows shortly. Did she react to the message in any way? She didn't react in any particular manner, no. Nothing. It's only fitting for me. It's possible that Sei being left out might have left an impression on her. Hard to pick a culprit? Well, let's see. Because I'm terrible at guessing, and because all games like to break my heart terribly, I'm guessing Missy? That's my gut instinct. I don't know. It feels like it's supposed to be a toss-up between Sei and Missy. But it'd be really kind of funny if it was Kanon. Again, I'm so sorry, Kanon, for accusing you of murder like so many times. You watched the Ian's class trial and it was brutal for Wolf? Yeah. Oh, it's always like in all the fangans, like all the electricity ones are like, oh my god, no, that's terrible. Like, I mean, good writing, great, you know. Again, anything that evokes emotions, like, amazing. Lyle, your motive? Fear the dark. There was a blackout. But everyone just makes it so painful all the time. Like, no, babies. Darkness. I wasn't aware something like that occurred. Yeah. But if you don't have any remembrance of it, it might have lasted for the duration of when you were knocked out. I see. What does my motive have to do with the case anyway? We already discussed that me, Echo, and Gaia were all together on the floor beneath the foyer. Nowhere near the trial grounds. Oh my god, what if it is Lyle? Lyle's being very unhelpful, so maybe he's just like, oh, I'm past my helpfulness time right now. Well, we have to assume it affected the entire building, and that the group upstairs also lost their visibility. The darkness occurring has to have some bearing to the timeline of events. Say, do you recall a blackout occurring? Yes. I can't believe I still have to ask, but care to elaborate at all? He lost all his common sense when his golfer boyfriend dies. I'm gonna say gopher boyfriend. It's that important. Is that so? But during the moment before Gaia found the flashlight, it was too dark even to see my own hand in front of my face. How would it have been possible for anyone to do anything without visibility? Based on the murder scene, we had a glaringly obvious culprit. But none of us could understand why Sei would act in such a way. To make things more confusing, Sei is the only one without a properly delivered motive. The timing and respective intensity of each individual motive. It must create some volatility in our headspaces as far as I can tell. It's a little tough to follow which ones are and aren't relative. Though for now that I think about it, what if announcing them was the purpose of the motives? Huh? Announcing the motives? But why would someone else's motive affect anyone but the person it's meant for? I was just thinking, I didn't receive a personalized motive either, but to hear that everyone got something that would try and provoke them to murder? Wouldn't that be frightening? All Danganronpa's things had to have a blackout in it, like Danganronpa 2. Remember? I think because it gives like an extra protection and like hiding killers and whodunits, and being classic, like a locked room mystery. You know, gotta have a blackout / party. To hear who has motives and a reason to kill, you feel tormented that others could turn on you. That's all I could think of. Say, receiving her motive last, at least before Lyle's blackout. I did watch Glass Onion. I love both the movies, Knives Out, and I can't wait for the third one. I hope they put it in theaters. I want to see it in theaters so bad. In that case, we're back to square one. Sei is the culprit. You just explain the reason why she could have been motivated to kill, despite not receiving a personalized motive herself. She heard all the motives previous to hers. Must have been shaken by the potential of everyone turning on her. The blackout there was both used. It was. Well, it's possible, but no buts. No more buts, okay? If you need more proof, let's move on. With the advent of Missy's claim of Sei's attack in mind, the next topic is obvious. That is the state of Forte's body. Yeah, the victim report was extremely nonspecific, more than previous. Vague, on purpose, most likely. There were an innumerable amount of stab wounds on his abdomen, likely from the dagger before it was finally stuck into his body. Stabbed? I thought... Kanon quickly fell silent. Kanon, oh my god, Kanon, what? What? Something you want to share? Oh, right, Kanon. You didn't even see... No. Echo, don't back up for her. We need her to say what she thought, what she wanted to say, because she saw the body. She knows the body. And that body announcement... Because the body announcement was made, right? Right. No, I didn't see the body. Objection! Objection, Your Honor. Then is something wrong? Nothing's wrong. Then why are you so shocked that Forte was stabbed? You clearly know something. Lyle, ease back. No, Echo, push back. But please, Kanon, if you know something odd, we need your help. Something odd? Something odd? My help? I shot Forte. Oh no. No. I'm guessing. Are we? Is this a murder on the Orient Express situation? Where it's like, oh, well, Sei stabbed him. And Forte shot him. And maybe Missy stabbed him a couple times too. Wait, but there was no exit wound of any kind, right? Because it was like his back or his head was in the pool of blood. I shot Forte. Yeah, the fuck? Kanon! That's what you're up to. My poor boy. My poor boy. Got stabbed and shot. You're like, hey, say hello to your dead dog for me, and went, you know, all out on him? Jeez. You better explain yourself. Not only was the revolver out of Missy's hand when you met up with her, but you have no alibi whatsoever. I hope Kanon is as contemptuous as the person you think she is, to deny information as critical as this when concerned. It's giving Wolfgang getting electrocuted drugged in the head. Yeah, oh my gosh. Remember evidence he found out what happened to Wolfgang? You're like, okay, like, poor guy. I didn't have to go that hard on him. I must know as well. When did you come down? And to what end did the revolver's last bullet entreat to have finally been... And to what end did the revolver's last bullet entreat to have finally been spent? Kanon freely admitted that she caused harm to Forte. But I know why she meant to do such a thing. But to know why she meant to do such a thing caused an anticipation to rise in my chest. I've been suspicious of Sei for a while. I had either a strange intuition or another strain of bad luck led me on. What made me act was finally seeing the mysteries announcer in the testing chambers. Echo and Lau discovered Gaia and the voice behind Eve. So naturally, the other encapsulated person must be Sei's connection. I keep saying Sai. But what made you suspect Zero and Sei had a connection to begin with? I noticed her reaction at the first Killing Game announcements. She was transfixed on her voice, as if she heard it before. It's a small detail, but I couldn't quite shake it. From day one, I've only been suspicious of her. By laying low, she was playing the long game, but that plan had to backfire eventually, right? So I slipped out with while Gaia, Echo, and Lyle were talking. I had to investigate my apprehensions about her. Returning, I moved warily. I didn't find any trace of them on the first floor. The only thing I found was a photo on the floor and a puncture mark in the wall near the elevator. I just missed them. I noticed the elevator in the trial grounds. I called for the elevator to follow up after. Upon arrival, the doors opened and Missy was standing flung onto the elevator cab with me. She just dropped in, bloodied, her head hung low. I thought she might have been dead. Yeah, same. Investigating Kanon is adorable. I looked to see who her assailant was, and saw Sei and Forte in the middle of a struggle. No, my baby didn't do nothing wrong. No. Even though Forte had a dagger in his hand, Sei was with blood all over her hands. He must have pulled the weapon away from her and... You're a good boy, Forte. I know, exactly. He must have pulled the weapon away from her just after her attack. My suspicions about Sei were confirmed. She was under our noses the whole time, waiting for the right moment to strike. Missy's revolver had fallen out of her coat pocket. I grabbed it. I didn't think twice, and I fired towards Sei. Oh my god, so she shot Forte because she didn't know about recoil? And she's a terrible aim? I say as if I didn't, like, you know, miss my shots unlike all the mini games in Eden's Garden. She's a shit shot. Yeah. So bitch stabbed Missy. Forte took the knife away from her. Yeah. What if Forte really Sei was suspicious because he saw that file? Oh, could be. Yeah, maybe. Bang. Bang, bang. No, I shot my baby down. Well, I thought I did. The lights went out seconds after, and I couldn't see where my shot landed. I couldn't run in and check either, since the elevator shut in my face and mechanically returned me and Missy to the front. I ran. A shot was fired. Missy was unconscious and a blackout overtook everything. Does that statement help? There we have it, a confession. Eh? Wait for what? Is there any reason for us not to accept this as the truth? Okay, maybe it is Lyle. Because Lyle sure is like, yeah, whatever. This sounds good. Oh, a new testimony? Yeah, that sounds good. Like, Lyle, what? We didn't even question anything. Well, no, but... Kanon said she fired the revolver. A gun wound? Where? That doesn't even explain the lacerations. We can't ignore the one thing the Monokuma file detailed for us. There has to be some relevance. It's within reason for me to doubt that fact, isn't it? Oh. I can explain then. How? Because I stabbed him in the abdomen after he was shot. What? I'm like, this feels like it should be the most straightforward thing ever. Or I was like just telling like, hey, I shot him and hey, I stabbed him. And I'm just like, are y'all liars? Are y'all pulling a prank on me? A haha got him moment? Why? There's no use hiding it since you already confessed. Truthfully, I couldn't believe it at first, but seeing how desperate she was, I ultimately wanted to help Kanon escape. Huh? Yeah, I wouldn't be believing Sei right now. After I witnessed Kanon shoot Forte from the elevator, no matter how boppin' this music is, he fell quickly, and I saw his bracelet turn pink. I realized that because he wasn't with Lyle or Echo, Kanon would most likely be implicated as the culprit. So I did what I had to do. I stabbed Forte's body several times in the gunshot wound to conceal it, making it look like he had died of blood loss, from the lacerations rather than the shots. And since I was the only one on the trial grounds, the blame would be redirected towards me. After all, Kanon wants to leave just as much as any of us. Why not give her the advantage? No way. So Kanon became the culprit without even seeing her victim fall? This is kind of stupid. Like, I mean, we are a dumb kid group, so maybe this would have worked on them if, you know, me, the wonderful MC player character person, wasn't here to help them. Is that it? I can't argue with that. I didn't even see whether or not he died. And you're going to accept this. You're not going to at all defend yourself at all, please? All I know is that I fired and shot someone and ended up dead. What else is there to say? And unfortunately, as we know it, the surrounding conditions of Forte's death are indisputable. And Sei is the only witness. But is that really all there is to it? Given that I ultimately wound up in the foyer, it stands to reason that Kanon indeed visited the trial grounds, causing the elevator to go back up and bring me back down after the assault. You don't trust Kanon? I don't trust nobody. I don't trust anyone. I think they're all lying to me. Yeah, because even the US one, where it's like, oh man, here, have this Alaska, like, oh, whatever. Yeah. And you witnessed when I did not find the revolver on my person after I woke. I mean, I can't argue with that, but... Listen to you. It's all been laid out on the table. I'm not hiding anything this time. You want to keep going with this discussion because the truth is hard to swallow? Is that it? I don't trust nobody and nobody trusts me. I have news for you. These trials are full of impossible to accept facts. I'm sorry for continuing this vicious cycle. So won't you just let me leave with whatever's left of my dignity? Just leave me to my punishment already. Well, no, that's not it at all. I just... If there's something bothering you, just spit it out already. I couldn't help but think that something was missing. I was racking my head for an answer or something. This story just feels off for me. I don't know why. Everything is out in the open. What else is there to deliberate? Nothing. Don't be a coward and just vote me off already. There's no proof of another culprit. Then you're just endangering yourself with an incorrect vote. I'm sure there's something else we can talk about that can save you. Kanon, don't you care that you could be executed? You ready for New Year's? I am, like, kind of ready. Because I have a flight I have to catch on New Year's Day. So staying up late to watch the ball drop is going to be, like, cool. I'll go to sleep immediately right after. Kanon, don't you care that you could be executed? Of course I care. But who am I to argue with these facts? They're impossible to dispute. It's my punishment, isn't it? It's only fair I get what I deserve. I can't fight it. Oh. No, Kanon, live. You're gonna live, Kanon. I didn't know what to think. None of us had an inkling of what truly occurred on the trial grounds. Stray, hi! You never seen this? Gotta go play someday? Alright, bye! Kanon admitted that she shot Forte. Sei claims the shot was what killed him. Sei masked the gun wound by stabbing Forte several times, allowing Kanon a clean getaway. But since Kanon unexpectedly confessed, there was no reason for Sei to keep secret the fact that she disturbed the crime scene, making it appear the way it did. All I could do was take their word as truth, right? Kanon and Sei's testimonies were the only things we had to work with, yet I couldn't help but feel like there was so much more to this. I was struggling to find the truth in this trial, but it would lead me to a dead end. A dead end? Missy said something like that when we went to her and Forte the first time. We ran to a dead end of sorts when we were investigating the courtroom. We couldn't find Zero or any other hints. And then we were all killed one by one shortly after. But something inexplicable occurred as my consciousness faded. I returned to the time before we split into groups. This time, when I went with Lyle's group, I had information I never could have known if I didn't go with Missy's group first. I knew the testing chamber's code somehow, and that Pandora's incubated sister was Gaia, the ultimate cartographer. Was it possible that I need to pursue this dead end? Oh my gosh. Okay, so are we saying that I have to, like, accuse everyone until I get the right answer and then go back in time and... Wait, yeah. Oh my god, well, is that it? The many, save the game. We're doing time travel shenanigans? Time traveling? I grit my teeth. I had an absurd idea. The discussion is over. There's nothing wrong. Kanon is the culprit. I looked over at my classmates who all had the same painted, startled expression at my finality of my decision. Echo wants to use their morphogenetic powers. All of them were shocked except Sei. That's right. Nothing is wrong. Zero silently obliged, calling forward the vote screens to the other students. Everyone was dumbfounded, but with no other option lay before them. Only one vote was to be made. I like this idea. This is actually really neat. Vita-san, Kanon! Thanks for all your hard work. The room shook as the walls behind Kanon opened to reveal its dark depths. Kanon herself simply turned from her place at the stands and walked into the shadow. This is it. I fled from the stand, my feet pounding as they carried me towards the hallway beyond the walls. What on earth are you doing? I paid no attention to Gaia's call. I was pursuing that dead end. I slipped in, Gaia's startled exclamation along with the others. Shocked cries echoing through the halls just before the walls shut. I know, Echo's crazy. Echo's like, well, you know what? We're screwed, so let me see if I have time travel powers. My head was thrashing from fear. Each breath I took was heavier than the last. I threw myself into an execution. Kanon! I cautiously stepped forward. A veil of darkness caused me to lose all my bearings. Echo, what the hell are you doing here? I blindly chased after Kanon's voice, each step taking enormous effort as I fought against all my instincts of self-preservation. This isn't right. What do you mean? You all voted for this. This is my punishment, isn't it? Only if there was... Yeah, wait, yeah. Let me execute real quick to see what happens. Yeah, it wasn't like, oh, you're right, Kanon was a guilty one. I was like, hey, Kanon, go get executed right now. It's like, what? That's not how this works. I was closing in on her. That's right, this is your punishment. This is everyone's punishment. Huh? Whirring machinery clicked into place as bursts of light flooded the room. The powerful lights bled through my closed eyelids, burning to the back of my head. With each flash, the sound of an object darting through the air hit the floor before us, each shot approaching our very location. No, 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 no. Kanon's cry pealed out amidst the sound of gunfire. Jesus. All I could see between the firing flashes was the silhouette of her body convulse violently, with each hit pulling her body apart. A sharp object nearly darted past me, tearing through my coat and breaking skin. Blood began to ooze from the cut. I heard Kanon collapse before me. I started towards the sound and tried to find her, guiding my hand through darkness in vain. 28 shot wounds. Ugh. Pinpricks meet my hand. Needles? I felt her on the ground and picked one up. It was a small, near invisible thing on its own, but when shot at high speeds, the needles became lethal. Another series of flashes fired up, blinding me. Between flashes, I saw the mangled body that used to be Kanon, now a disfigured, bloody mass. The metallic taste of blood filled my mouth and I began to choke. A sharp pain melted its way through my throat. Blah, blah, ugh. I buckled immediately, pangs of anguish overwhelmed my senses. If I was wrong about this, if I was terribly, absurdly, ridiculously wrong, then I just put my life in danger for nothing. But... Following this dead end, there had to be something strange. I lost my grip on the situation. I only felt pain. The terrible sensation sank into my blood. An inflaming ache rushed through every inch of my body. We time traveled! Woo! I have not played the When They Cry games. If there's something bothering you, spit it out already. Guys, guess what? My ultimate memory is so good, I'm also the ultimate time traveler. I grasped at my throat, my skin undamaged. Only the startling phantom pain of a needle that pierced my throat remained. I wiped the sweat from my brow and met the gaze of concerned faces staring back from my exclamation. Kanon, alive once more, rivaled my panicked gaze with her own stoic expression just a few feet away from me. She was still waiting for our vote. Are you okay? Swallowing hard, I finally realized the purpose of these harrowing, strange occurrences. They gave me a glimpse of everything that could go wrong. It'd be so cool if Echo was like, that's so Raven, like, staring into, like, the camera every time this happens. Somehow, I managed to escape death twice. Why was I able to experience an alternate history like that? I couldn't begin to fathom an explanation. I was trembling. My heart was hammering in my chest. But if this were anything like the moment before entering the testing chambers... That's so Echo. I steadied my breathing. There had to be something useful in that moment of time between coming to between coming to a consensus on the culprit and being executed. If I gather what I learned from the two occurrences ending in death, perhaps I can put together a picture of what would have occurred. As far as the group was aware, the only clues we had to work with were found on the crime scene, and there weren't many clues to begin with. Forte's body had multiple lacerations clustered in one area, due to Sei hiding the gunshot wound inflicted by Kanon. He also had a small pool of blood near the back of his head. However, the other source of blood near the back of his head was what bothered me. Nothing clearly visible caused the injury. I didn't know how to explain the life-saving phenomenon I just experienced. But I knew I had to take the opportunity it gave me to find the truth. Look, I don't think we have the full picture. Please, I can't vote for Kanon. So you're implicating Sei as well? Not exactly, but her presence is important. If you think something is missing, then shout it out. We won't know what's going on in the head of yours if you keep stopping the trial for, no reason. That's the problem. I don't know where to start or when to start. I couldn't get sway the group with the absurd notion that Kanon would be wrongfully executed. I didn't have the means to explain how I knew such a thing. I think we ought to continue deliberating the details. There's something bothering me. If you could just entertain me with this, I'd like to further address the lacerations. While Kanon admitted she shot Forte, she didn't know whether or not it was the shot that killed him for certain. I saw her shoot him. But let's say the shot itself didn't kill him right away. As far as I could tell, the stab wounds and a subsequent hidden gun wound weren't near his vitals. They were around his lower abdomen. And remember, the condition for lifting the darkness was to kill. Kanon, when did the lights go out? They went out the seconds after I fired, and just before the elevator doors closed on me. The elevator was still working, though. I couldn't see a thing, but I felt the crab move, bringing me back down to the foyer without a hitch. After I arrived at the level, I waited out the darkness in the elevator cab before running off to the atrium. She waited in the darkness, and the darkness fell seconds after she fired. Lyle, you were just as immobilized in the testing chambers as Kanon was in the elevator cab, and I had to wait out the darkness as well, so that means Forte wasn't killed instantly. Sei must have taken advantage of his injured state, taken the dagger from him with little resistance, and retaliated. He must have fallen weak from Kanon's chance shot, and when the lights went out, Sei stabbed him, finishing him off in the darkness. In that case, what you said about covering for Kanon was a lie. So you really stabbed Forte to death? Missy knows it. Kanon saw it too. I saw? I turned my dagger on Missy first. She has the scar to prove it. Forte would be next. What are you talking about? I only saw Forte with a dagger facing off against you. Then, when did Sei acquire the dagger? If Forte didn't push Missy away at the time, she would have fallen instead. No, don't do that. Huh? And why not? I planned that attack after I saw you pin the dagger to the wall. I took it. Echo's hiding something? Yeah, Echo's hiding superpowers. If you were planning on attacking me, why didn't you do so sooner? You had a perfectly opportune time when we were all in the elevator going to the trial grounds. You're asking why I didn't attack sooner? I'm challenging you to convince me of your malicious intent. This doesn't make sense. I would say protect me. Enough! We're not getting anywhere like this. Besides this discussion, it's impossible to make heads or tails of it. We had a culprit pinned from the start, Sei. But we drew out the trial only for Kanon to take ownership of a hidden gun wound, and now we're really stuck at square one. Sei met their requirement for lifting darkness and hid the gun wound so he would vote wrong. Neither me, Missy, nor Echo were at the crime scene. So basing our conjecture on the testimonies of the two most suspicious people, it's impossible. Ah, damn it. How can we possibly find the truth based on their word and word alone? I understood Lau's frustration, but barring all the discussion so far, there has always been an obvious culprit staring right at our face. But something inside me kept resisting the easy answer. I simply cannot accept Sei as the culprit. I had to think. Those strange occurrences ending in death, I learned something I normally would not have. With no tangible proof of what I need to express, I put faith in the facts learned from my memories of the events, hoping something would work out. I put my faith in believing no one here could kill. Not after what's happened twice already. Oh, is that where we're going with? Jesus, why did I experience those strange occurrences? In the 2 seconds, my life was gravely threatened. And yet, here I stood with the memories of others, of these events. After all, they had to have happened for a reason, right? It was far-fetched, but I had to utilize what I had learned, with hopes and the facts learned would guide me to the right direction. I have to think about what I've come to know. Information into Cyrus's room. It's about the killing game. The game was an experiment to see who would survive and win, overcome their ultimate students. In the game, participants were paired with other close students to create friction between relations. The game was set up to sow chaos and disorder. Sei was listed alongside former student Akihiko, now known to us as Zero. After Misty and Forte and I had come to a dead end in our search, we discovered Kanon had been killed. Misty and Forte fell shortly after, and then I, the last one standing, heard the voice of the assailant say. She pleaded for escape, but in my near-death haze, I could recall Zero himself telling Sei, "You don't want that prize." Even after eliminating everyone, killing wasn't the answer. Who's the culprit? I'm gonna go ahead and keep saying it's Gaia. I don't know. I'm gonna say Gaia. Don't know how, but I blame her. I was whisked back in the mountains somehow, back to the decision that would bring me to this point alive. Those were things I learned before falling to my demise. Falling for a sparse moment, that is. Finding a new life mysteriously breathed into me, I wandered a different path, utilizing information that I learned from my previous experience. And that information had led us here to contemplate another murder. Yeah, but I want to blame her. It's just like, I don't know you. So, you can die. I'm sorry. That's how that goes, though. Foolish to think that the experience would be my last, as I would come to relive near death once again, where discussion became deadlocked. This time, I risked emulating that strange dead-end occurrence to pursue the thing I believe was missing from Forte's murder. It was a brief experience, but I saw the method Zero used to dispose of Kanon. Small and invisible needles shot at high speed, and little else before returning here. Wait, what are we thinking about? The truth felt close, but I felt an apprehension rising in my chest. Sei, tell me. What happened after Kanon shot Forte? What happened? I stabbed Forte. How many times do I have to tell you? You stabbed Forte, but did you kill him? Isn't it obvious? No, not really. Kanon claims that before she shot you, Forte was the last person in possession of the dagger. The lights went off shortly after, and from that point, no one can really say who had that dagger. And though the dagger was being plunged into Forte's abdomen, giving us the impression of it being the murder weapon, I can't help but think otherwise. Primarily because of the scenario we found ourselves in. There was a constant pressure put on us with personalized motives spread throughout our exploration. That is until Lyle's final personalized motive. With a heavy darkness to stroke your fear, we would be screaming until someone acted maliciously from the previous set. But I couldn't even see my own hand in front of my face, let alone begin to think of a plan to kill and get away with it. So to carry it out to fruition would be near impossible. If the entire building was indeed plunged in the thick darkness, I can't help but think, how could any of us have killed Forte? Well, that's interesting phrasing. Yeah, what do you want to? Recall when our group split, Zero mentioned something really interesting. Ah, so y'all decided to split up, huh? That's alright. No sweat off my back, figuratively speaking, obviously. Thanks to your fancy bracelets, I can still locate you where you are. There's no escaping this island yet. He seems to be able to know our whereabouts within the building. In this case, he was able to locate us from our bracelets. Are you implying that Zero has taken moves to actively, though discreetly, participate in a game with us? Alright, there's no going back. And that sounds like a save moment. Like, what? Past the point of no return. Yes. I believe Zero might have had a hand in killing Forte. Eh? That's nonsense. Have you lost your goddamn mind, Echo? Where are you getting this theory? I know he wants to entertain you, but this is a little much, ain't it? Lyle, please. I know it's a lot to ask, but I want you to trust me. I'd like to hear where you're getting this funny idea as well, Echo. Okay, I know you mean Phantom of the Opera, but for a second I looked over and thought you said you love potato. I'm like, yeah, potatoes are good too. I love potatoes. Lyle's intense leer burned through me, but he fell silent and allowed me to continue. He must be observing my next unpredictable move, just like I suggested, knowing the testing chamber's code. Zero idly gazed back at me, a complete poker face masking whatever scheme he was plotting. I felt a strange sense of conviction that connecting an execution method with the mysterious pool of blood that was behind Forte's head would lead me to the answer I was seeking. I had to use what I learned of Ken's execution dead end, the fact that Zero prepared a barrage of needles. A legit hooker face? It's like Missy said, the more he talks, the faster his options will diminish. If Zero's readying himself for an explanation, this was my opening to draw something out of him. Zero, I want the truth. The truth that you're the one behind this. The truth? Let's see if you can find it. What? What? Hey, you're making a ridiculous accusation, you know. How could I have possibly killed a student? Oh wait, are we thinking Akihiko killed? To get Zero out the game? No. I can only operate from within the courtroom. Zero's goading me. His voice isn't wavering, but there's a statement somewhere that I can use. What are my controls again? Sorry, I haven't played this game in a smidge. Zero's really weird in this game. Okay, No, that's wrong. Yes, as far as we've seen, you can only operate from within the courtroom. But that's where the body turned up, isn't it? That much was obvious. Okay. The only weapon available was the dagger. Sei admitted to using it. And I definitely didn't electrocute or use supersonic on anyone this time around. Face it, there's nothing in this courtroom that shows I had anything to do with this. The location. I forgot how to shoot again. How am I supposed to... It's true there was nothing in the courtroom. But there are things beyond the courtroom walls. Namely, the tools used for executions that you clearly have some agency over. You conveniently omitted the cause of death because it would have implicated someone not from our group. Based on what everyone else knows, it sounds far-fetched, but to me, it was the only thing that made perfect sense. And I kept saying it was everyone except for Zero. Again, I would not be very helpful in a real Danganronpa game. I would just spout random things and just hope other people could make sense of anything I said. Zero seemingly had no power in the courtroom, proven by the fact that during the past 2 trials, the hologram's purpose had been purely cosmetic. That said, the machinery hiding behind the trial walls themselves could very well suffice not only as tools for executions, but for murder in and itself. Well, that's how it's gonna be, huh? So you're implying I took Forte behind the walls, executed him, and dumped his body back out? Why wouldn't I just execute him and leave his body with the rest of the punished students? He didn't do anything to receive an execution anyway. I'm not so heartless, you know. You're missing a piece in your argument. Wait, Lyle, hi. Echo, this is... Oh, wait, no. Oh, I thought it was helping me. God damn it, Echo. Not Echo, Lyle. The discussion is going nowhere. What would Zero even have to gain from participating? I have nothing to gain from intervening. And in a position, I certainly have nothing left to lose. If the ultimate prize is so desirable that even the arbiter of the game would want to win it. No, oh! So it's to get out. Okay, I know. I feel like that should have been really obvious. It's not. Lyle shakes fists. Well, I brought up a good point. I haven't. If Zero won the prize as well, you wouldn't have survived this long. There has to be a reason why. Hang on. Nothing to lose? The location and method was clear to me, but the motivation stumped me. I had to concentrate. If Zero truly had nothing to gain by executing us all, why did he only now carry out a plan to murder one of the game participants? If he had nothing to gain, there must be something he didn't want to lose, something he wanted to keep. Something or someone. Zero and Sei. They have some sort of connection. That very connection could be the very motive I'm looking for. Kanon noted seeing Forte with the dagger last, just before the lights went out. Since Sei is unscathed and the room showed no signs of a gunshot in the wall, it's clear Forte must have taken the shot. If Forte had the dagger the entire time, he could have used it against Sei. And if Zero was observing his offense against her, then he would have reason to consider Forte a threat to Sei. Okay, that has to be it. It's impossible for me to assert with any certainty what exactly occurred in the courtroom. However, I can think of a reason to why it happened. Yeah, right. It's not for the ultimate prize. Like Lyle said, if the ultimate prize was so desirable, why wouldn't Zero get rid of us all from the beginning? In that case, winning the ultimate prize has nothing to do with why Zero acted. Although he isn't strictly a participant, he's still involved. Sin, hi, welcome in. That involvement, there's something connecting us as the participants to him as the overseer. Lyle, you have something very important that will complete the picture. The notes. It reads, If you recognize one of the symbols depicted, then you have finally found me and are safe. Please do not speak of this note's existence. Trust no one but yourself. Lyle discovered this note in the pantry after seeing Sei duck in there for a brief moment. Sei must have known something as early as the third day. No, even earlier, since Zero's emblem was shown on the second day. It's like Kanon said. When the killing game announcement came on, Sei must have been clued in on the person behind it. She's known all this time, and plays for fools by ducking out of confrontation. Sei is the other insider. Her student profile didn't explicitly document any involvement in the case, but her files were paired along with Akihiko's, the one we currently call Zero. On the second day, when Zero summoned us to the atrium to present a special gift, this note must have been it. Based on what we know, it's now clear that Sei must have some insight on who Zero is. However, instead of thinking Sei was a spy within our ranks, conniving with Zero to plot against us, Zero is the one trying to bridge the gap between participant and arbiter to intervene with Sei's safety. Huh? Wait. But even if that's the case, why would Sei go out of her way to direct the intention of implicating herself as the culprit? Isn't that action in diametric opposition of what you're implying? No. I killed Forte. He deserved it after all. By what? Loving his dog too much? She would be forsaking her own safety by placing the blame on herself. The false culprit causing us to vote incorrectly, inevitably causing us all to die. Zero has nothing to do with it. What Sei did to Forte during this trial was on her own volition, shattering the connection between her and Zero. If he killed to keep her safe, she completely threw that sentiment out the window. I'm the only culprit. Vote for me. Well, Zero, what do you have to say about all of this? You'll never know the answer if you don't vote. If Sei confessed, what's stopping you from accepting her judgment as truth? You want to believe your friend, don't you? What's stopping me? I want to believe that she could never do something like that. That's it? Oh, just like your completely out of this world conjecture about me interfering. You have no tangible basis of trust either. Such irresponsible thinking could lead you to execution, you know. Zero wasn't going to be easily so shaken, but the fact that his arguments are lofty and just as intangible gave me some solace that I could turn the trial around. Magical, hey, welcome in. I could do so by focusing on the subject of his motivation. Sei, I'm not going to vote for you. You're the only one who knows what happened for certain. ... So please, tell us why. Why are you trying so hard to make us vote incorrectly? You can't possibly want us all to get executed, do you? That's exactly what I want. Complete execution. And again, Echo, we know this. Even though Kanon admitted to do something she didn't do, I went with it for the sake of redirecting the vote. Regardless if you voted for her or voted for me, it was going to be wrong and we'd all face execution. And we'd finally be freed from this horrible game. Sei, you can't possibly believe that leading us to our own demise is the right answer. Why not? I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Pandora is gone. Art is gone. Cyrus is gone. Ashley is gone. And now Forte is gone because of me. I can't stand any of this. The pain and suffering. It's endless. Zero killed Forte to protect me, but I don't care. I don't know who Zero is anymore. I came all this way to find the shell of someone I knew. When will this nightmare end? When can we escape? Even if we don't kill, someone dies and we're still stuck. Also, can we reverse back to Forte was gonna kill you moment? We're trapped. I'm tired of believing in something that will never happen. I have nothing to lose and nothing to gain. Why keep going? What's the point of fighting? Everyone is slipping out of my fingers. And I'll be left alone. Alone? Say, look around you. You're not alone. What? You say you have nothing left to lose, but what about the people standing right before you? We aren't enduring the pain, the guilt, the torment of surviving for nothing. Endurance? Survival? Please, we can figure this out together. Ouch. It's pointless at the 11th hour. Oh no, I said ouch. This is very nice. Colors and drawings. So what? Their endurance is worthless. It's not. Oops. Hold on, hold on. Okay. Oh, argue. But a complete execution won't solve the problem. There's another way out. I'm certain of it. There must be, so please help me. Argue. No. Something she's saying words. She's saying words. Something nightmare. No. No nightmare. No nightmares. Forget. I want to stop this game too, but we shouldn't forget the turmoil our friends went through. Pandora, Art, Cyrus, Ashley, and Forte? We can't simply abandon our memories of them in the past. I'm not going to stop the game by voting for you. I'm not going to abandon my memory of you either. I don't understand. Me, some of the trials. So insignificant, hopeless. What is this? Hopeless. Oh my god, chill now, Yuto. That's not true. Phew. Okay, cool. We got through that. The truth of hopelessness was staring us straight in the face. There was no denying it. But I felt a desire to combat the terror that hung over us, and above all, after experiencing what Sei did to us out of desperation, I felt a responsibility to vouch for her innocence, the only way I knew how. Sei, you're not alone. You're here with us, as our friend. And you're not alone in feeling scared and hopeless. Everyone's trying their best to keep their head above water. I don't know what will happen after this, or if we'll even make it out, but we have to try. But I did a horrible thing to Forte. Isn't this the ending I deserve? It's not your fault. How can you know that? I believe in you. Please. I don't want to see us go through anything like this again, so you're the only person who knows for certain who the culprit is. The game will surely be over after we uncover this last truth. After all, you didn't kill Forte. Your hopium is showing. How could I? Of course I didn't kill him. I was so scared. Echo was right about the motives. The fact that little by little, everyone was being pushed in some way or another into distress. I felt the pressure mounting. Who was to know what sort of motive would be delivered? I took the dagger to protect myself. I couldn't possibly know what was going on in anyone's head after those motives, could I? I wasn't even relieved that I didn't get a motive because I couldn't help but think about everyone else's. That everyone would be giving a reason to turn on me or to turn on one another. And when Forte said he would take matters into his own hands, I feared for my life. I froze after I slashed Missy and he overtook the dagger. What Candace thought was only half the story. He did appear to have advantage over me, but it was just a performance. Ow. The lights went out. Oh, darkness. Lyle's gift direct from his fears to you. Only murder will lift the darkness. What the? Forte and I were plunged into a never-ending darkness. Even though I hadn't moved, I couldn't even tell where the floor was. But somehow, he found me. Don't move a muscle. And it seemed he quickly took action to meet the darkness-lifting condition. Finally, Forte had the dagger pointed at my throat. I don't believe my baby did this. Not my sweet boy, no. I could feel the chilling cold steel just inches away. Finally. I thought time had stopped. Forte was still as a stone with the dagger poised for my end. He whispered something so low I thought I had imagined it. A stage where every man must play a part, and mine a sad one. Ah! Then Forte just fell. When the lights returned, I saw his body lying face up. A small pool of blood was forming behind his head. I looked up to see the trial ground's walls close steadily, and the Zero hologram with this awful, satisfied expression. He made a gesture, like he was holding an invisible camera. Zero clued me in on who he was going to mark as a culprit, even though Zero killed Forte himself. Zero planned to manipulate the outcome of the trial. That Merchant of Venice quote. I could see the trial play out in my head. Forte's gun wound would have been the decisive clue. The pool behind his head probably thought to be just a falling impact. I like that CG. That was cool. I couldn't believe it. Forte was killed because of me, and Kanon was going to be framed because of me. I picked up the dagger Forte dropped. If the true culprit was never going to be found, I was going to make the trial easy and direct the blame towards me so the wrong boat and executions following could happen right away. Then we wouldn't have to suffer a long trial. Oh, believe me, I just got through with Eden's Garden, girlie. This is not a long trial. And this dreadful game could finally come to an end. After all, it's my fault Forte was pushed to do such a thing to himself. Killing is the only answer here, so he was forced into a corner, using me as bait to sacrifice himself to Zero. He went through those lengths for me. Why didn't he just kill me and be done with it? Okay, my sweet baby boy, he's okay still. I couldn't understand what had happened. So, I thought if I could lead the trial to an incorrect vote, then the game would end without me ever having to do that terrible thing. And we'd be free from this trap. But Zero saved me. He took you out of harm's path. At least that's what he thought he was doing. Say, you knew that he was trying to manipulate the blame off of you. So why did you still try to redirect the vote to yourself? Because I have nothing else to look forward to. I ended up here for one reason or another, and all the signs have pointed towards demise. Because even after all that, whoever that Zero is, he isn't my friend anymore, and now I have nothing. Say, you must know by now that we're here for you. Missy's right. We've been trapped, that much is certain, but we're not isolated. We have each other, and together, we can help each other build up hope for escape. You don't need to act alone. Akihiko, we both wanted to save someone. You don't truly think this was the answer, do you? Manipulating the trial like this, it's unruly. Why am I scared that once Zero's gone, she's going to be very scary taking over? Akihiko ain't here anymore. Just giving himself up to the game. His conscience has been long gone. Being so disillusioned by the way he and his fellow ultimates were treated, he dropped everything and let himself be consumed with despair. It's poetic, isn't it? He gave himself up because this game was the only thing he could cling to. It gave him purpose. In fact, Gaia is also holding on to the killing game. Can you really trust her? After all, she oversaw the game just as I am. Before you released her, that is. All she did was watch. Watch and let Pandora die. You have no idea the sacrifice I went through. I seethe at the idea that you think I idled and watched her die. Uh-huh. And what have you done since to prevent it? You didn't try to stop her assailant like I did you? So, do you think Gaia's on your side? Spouting empty sentiment and rolling over, doing nothing but watch the game carelessly take lives. I'll tell you what. Your friend Gaia here did something very interesting. Don't you dare demonize what I did. Oh, excuse me. I never killed anyone in my game. You, on the other hand, you disgust me. I invited you to open the front doors, so one of these fools could deliver your punishment. They have no reason to trust you, after all. There are no rules save for one. Those who kill should not get away with it. So let me give it one more try. Gaia isn't your friend. Not a chance. She's played this game once before, and will do anything to keep herself from losing going forward. And even the winner's circle, she did what she could to gain the advantage. She's the one who trapped you in on this ship. I'm sorry, a ship? I was like, what? What in the another two are we doing here? Even if someone won this game, there'd be nowhere to go. You're completely sealed in. Titanic. Oh my god, it is still 999. We're just in Danganronpa games. Left to die in isolation, confined in these walls. It's crazy, isn't it? You shipped it. In fact, trapping you all may be a ploy for her to kill again. Why not? It'll prove once more that she's deserving of being called an ultimate. You don't understand. I did what I had to do. Oh, of course, I don't understand. You're the one giving hope to these people. And all you've done is cause trouble. Unfortunately for you, I control what occurs in this vicious cycle. And I'm using this power to save. Keep me safe? You should never have brought me here in the first place. I know. I was tricked. This game is a farce. I won the killing game that preceded this one, and received the ultimate prize. Seriously, this stopped working. The prize of a lifetime of suffering. That's the prize. I mean, it makes sense. If you're punishing people for doing murders, that the prize is like, hey, you're punished because you did the murders. Like, honestly, it makes the most sense there is. The prize. Within a group of incredibly talented individuals, should someone defeat their fellow ultimate students and come out on top, their efforts and achievements would be highly prized, wouldn't they? To see who would come out on top, that was the experiment of the Preservation Project was conducting. The project wanted to gather the very best of the best, for the sake of the future, as it were. The despairing program was ruined whatever semblance of Akihiko remained, creating this Zero persona. Zero was a false name you ran under the previous game, after all. It's no surprise to me that it's being used again under the guise of the killing game operator. Despite that, Akihiko's will to protect Sei persists in the Zero memory. Forte must have taken the risk to see whether or not the entity connected to Sei would act. I hardly recognize him anymore. His voice is the same, but I don't know who that is anymore. There's no trace left. He's right. He's a shell of his former self. The game and all its terrors now inhabit the ultimate radio host. Aki wants to erase the wrongdoing he committed in his game and... Why does that look like it says Utsuro? If it's Utsuro again. Ready. 815165, 815165, 0000. Am I supposed to memorize that? Welcome back, Mikado. Stop. The hologram crackled in and out. The program was fighting itself right before our very eyes. Your efforts are wasted. You gave yourself up to despair, and yet you try to deliver a single line of hope? Double duck. You defied your very own actions. The very self-preservation actions that saved you in the last game. What happened to selfishness? I see the word Tia. Someone's aunt's helping. I'll bury you. The Arbiter recalled Zero was fighting itself, its current form and former form, trying to make sense of its own actions. Oh, that's definitely something in binary code, I bet. What's happening? A conflict we cannot control. I have a last-ditch effort prepared. If he cannot just overcome the darkness. The light shuddered as we watched Zero's fight unfold. The Zero entity fought its way to dominance, greeting us with a haunting grin. Well, I guess you caught me, eh? Fine, the jig is up. I won't resist, since I've been thoroughly caught in the act by some triumph of hope or whatever nonsense you want to admit. After all, I wouldn't be doing your efforts justice to keep fighting back after you went through so much trouble. It must have been some rotten luck that got you out of this one, huh? Who are you, Echo? A time traveler. I don't know how you, a talentless nobody, managed to realize the trick I pulled off. By all accounts, you should have all been executed by now. If all went according to my manipulation, Kanon should be a pincushion, and the rest of you dropped in the incinerator. Alright, what's stopping me from letting that happen? I'll execute myself and bring you all with me. Don't you dare. This is the last show with your host, Zero, signing off today's cast with Eternal Dead Air. The lights bloomed violently, oversaturating the trial grounds with a blast of glaring heat. Damn it, no! A tremor tore through the room. The sound of metal creaking filled the halls, and the lights flickered dizzyingly as we all struggled to gain footing. Everyone, get down and cover your head and neck. We all dove to the floor, each quake jolting us to and fro with ease. Katonk. The shaking came down to a low rumble, and the ground eventually settled into stillness once more. The lights returned to a dim glow, and the five of us cautiously rose to our feet. The trial grounds were silent. Where's that bastard Zero? Lyle leapt to his feet, darting around the trial grounds for signs of the Arbiter. Are you all right? A concerned, static-filled hologram of Gaia illuminated the room. We're fine, no thanks to you. I'm sorry. I didn't anticipate the superstructure would have buckled under pressure, but seeing as Zero overloaded the systems, the adverse effect of his self-inflicted execution may have sped up the process. Yeah, the fuck? That doesn't explain where you were and why you're never helpful. Lyle, come on. We're all fine, aren't we? I helped Kanon to her feet, as Missy did the same would say. You okay, Kanon? A little shaky, but I'm in one piece. Thanks. Missy, say? We're all right. That's a relief to hear. So that's it, right? Huh? Zero's gone. Game's over. We're done here, right? So, let's just get the hell out of here. Hang on. Sure, he's gone, but there's so many unanswered questions. First of all, he said we're on a ship. Even if we get out, we're stuck, drifting out in sea. If there is a wholly unknown testing chambers below this entire time, it's within reason there's a helm hidden somewhere as well. Gaia, was it? He said you were responsible for such a thing. Is this true? Gaia sighed. I'll answer your question in due time. For now, I would like to ask that all of you rest for a spell before coming down to the testing chambers. It's going to be a few long days for you all. What? And let you jump ship through a concealed exit passageway while our guard is down? Like, no way. Lyle, I understand your desire to push forward, but a break would allow us to sort our thoughts out. Please, I'm not going anywhere. I will await your arrival. Sorry for blaming you, Gaia. Gaia's hologram clips out as the rest of us shuffle idly. Lyle huffs and shrugs as he made his way to the elevator. So that was the end? There was no vote, no execution. Just the end. Well, I mean, we lost Forte. I'm upset about that. Although Zero's destruction provided some relief, I still left uneasy. There was still so much uncertainty that was lurking before us. I sighed. The rest of us followed Lyle into the elevator, and together we returned to the foyer. Us remaining 5 students left the trial grounds in the shadows for good. Wait, that's the end of the chapter? Yeah, that was really weird. Well, I mean, do I start chapter 5 now? Or I just want to go a little bit, because like, let's at least get the stream to like 15 more minutes minimum here. Lyle, Missy, Kanon, Say, and myself. Only 5 of us remained. Our group, cut brutally in half by the game we were forced to participate in, found its final survivors. In that very same order, we trudged out the elevator cab and returned to the foyer. Alright, I'm gonna keep going for a little bit. I'm going ahead, don't wait up. This went by fast. I want answers. Gaia had better fess up about all this. Hang on, Lyle. I want to talk to her first, alone. Why? I just need to know why she gave me a talent. How could she know something like that? Something I'm not even aware of. Why me? Please. I just need to know what's going on. Alright. Being an ultimate student isn't all it's talked up to be. It's a world of misfortune. Yeah, I know. Lyle shuffled off towards the front door's hall entryway. The rest of the students stood by as well. It seemed no one else was quite ready to go down. I wonder what was going through everyone's mind right now. Missy, you're not dead. So, the game is over. We can only assume. Gaia probably knows more about the situation, though. It gives me a peace of mind to know that none of us would perpetuate the mutual killing game, that said. She lets out a weary sigh. Even my fortitude has its limits. You said that no one would perpetuate it, but Sai tried to further the game, didn't she? She went as far as to hurt you. Yeah, no execution. Would you believe me if I said I didn't feel malice in her actions? Huh? Fear is a fiercely powerful tool that shakes us out of our most rational thought. The threat of life strikes the heart of any primal existence, doesn't it? Chalk it up to a knee-jerk reaction. I posed a potentially dangerous question that caused Sei to react sporadically. Remember, she did have the dagger for a period of time before entering the trial. She could have taken any opportunity if she were driven by malice. An odd move, but it was her move nonetheless. And my move will be to forgive it. So what do you think we should do next? Missy pondered for a moment. No idea. We will reach land, presumably with Gaia's assistance. And once we're there, a myriad of options are laid before us. Do we rejoin family? Do we make moves to seek out the preservation project group? It starts with sorry. Do we attempt to find the next of kin who died during the game? Yeah, that feels right. The future is uncertain. Yeah. If we start small, we'll know where to go next, though. Let's focus our energy on escaping first. I could not have said it better myself. Yeah, I'm not trusting this. Okay, I take back my sorry for blaming you for murder, Gaia, and be like, Gaia, what are you planning? Are you planning something bad? Like she's playing something bad. Alright, Sai, what's up? Are you okay? I'm sorry. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know anyone cared. The only answer I could see is to have it all come to an end once and for all. If we died, we wouldn't have had to suffer anymore. It'd be an easy way out, but through that suffering, we'll find things to live for as well. Exactly, Missy, so you're sorry. Wait, what's Missy apologizing for? Getting stabbed? I'm sorry again. Hey, you don't have to be sorry. I mean, okay, yeah, I mean, do be sorry. But understand that we forgive you. I understand it must have been frightening to be alone. I mean, I'm right there with you. Oh, okay, hold on. Let me hold on to a smidge of a grudge, because again, I am down forte now, and I'm saddened by that. But we're not alone now. You have me, Lyle, Missy, and Kanon. Say turned to me with a gentle smile. I returned the small gesture. We'll be okay. We'll make it out of here soon enough. It's strange. When you say we'll be okay, it feels like it could be true. But what comes next? I don't know. I want to see Ashley's father. I think I have a responsibility to tell him what happened to her. But after that, I sighed. Well, one thing at a time. Let's just try to put all this behind us for now and focus on escaping. Say nodded. Thank you, Echo. For what? You don't have to, but you care about everyone. I can see why Ashley wanted to protect you so much. Yeah. Alright, Kanon. Hey, you okay? You died in another timeline. Again? I don't know. Kanon bit her nails, a sullen expression taking over. Maybe it's guilt or something, but something in me wishes I did actually kill Forte. I'm sorry, what? Hold up. Yeah, the fuck? I don't want to sit with this feeling. This melancholy I'm feeling right now. I always told myself that I was just a spectator whenever I took the photos. It was just easier to detach myself from the emotion of the subject. There's something more tolerable in seeing someone else's experience when it's occurring in a photo. Let's go gambling! But it was thanks to you that we found the answer in those awful trials. I guess. And you didn't actually kill him with that gunshot either. So there's no reason to feel guilty. It's not that simple. I know. But you shouldn't wallow in these what-if feelings. It's too painful to just bottle it up. You helped us out a lot, really. I suppose. But I never wanted to get so involved. I never got the opportunity to do so before. All this, but I want to apologize properly after I turned your photo down. Don't worry about it. In fact, just forget it. I didn't particularly like that photo anyway. No, I shouldn't have been so harsh. I stuffed my hands in my coat pocket. Huh? Oh, the thumbnail picture too! Somehow, I found the torn photo in my pocket, and I lined the two halves together. Here, so you guys can get some mono coins while y'all chill. Somehow, I found the torn phone in my pocket. I lined the two halves together. Here, you should keep it. I know you aren't really close to anyone, but... Oh, I hope you know we still think of you as a friend. Kanon carefully took the two pieces from me inside. Thanks. Let's get out of here alive. Are you going or what? Yeah, I don't know what to expect. I believe Gaia will be doing the talking, if that's what you're worried about. She has been isolated in the testing chambers for what I imagine must have been a very long time. Well, yeah, but... Do you think all this could have been avoided? There's no use dwelling on that now. What's done is done. We should push forward. Epilogue? Wait, is this it? Is this the end? Like, would you say I have an hour or less? For anyone who knows. So let me save this game here. Yes? Less than an hour? Okay, let's... Oh my god, we're finishing Lapse then today. Oh wow, okay, then yeah, let's do it. Congratulations! The rest of the class has been eliminated thanks to your tireless efforts. So I did it, huh? Yes, Zero. You've won the ultimate prize. May I ask something? Why did you use an alias? Isn't it obvious? This game's all about distrust. A fake name to stir up trouble, of course. It was too easy. I see. By utilizing that distrust, you've earned yourself the final prize, Zero. Or rather, Akihiko Quartz, the ultimate radio host. I did it. The prize is yours. You rightfully won your place and will join your friend in the winner's circle. You have become one of them. Huh? You have become the ultimate prize. Hold on. What are you talking about? Join her. That's Gaia. This is where she's been? She's been with us, benefiting the world. That can't be right. And you will become another prize ultimate student alongside her. No. God, this is sad. Hey, Gaia. Oh, hello, Echo. And I'm back to, I'm sorry for accusing you, Gaia, again. I drifted into the testing chamber, spotting Gaia hovering over one of the capsules. A look of misery darkened her face. Are you okay? Gaia sniffed as she stared at the capsule containing Akihiko's body. It was impossible to tell if he was breathing, let alone alive. I'll be fine. I was just recalling something. Where are the others? Upstairs. I want to talk to you alone. Gaia remained silent, awaiting my next sentence. But I didn't know where to start. She noticed my hesitance and left her place in front of the capsule. She gestured for me to sit the workstation chair as she paced slowly in front of me. You must have a lot of questions. But first, if you spare me a moment to share my story. I nodded. I was curious to know what possibly led her to this place. The Preservations Project's killing game. Known as the endeavor to create the ultimate prize. Distrust is to be expected on day one. The roster was always specifically curated to create pairs, testing the bonds between people. The crux of the game relies on broken bonds, applying pressure and motivation to spark the fire. From there, everything following will stoke the flames and catalyze. But seeing as so many of you still survive despite the remaining time, I wonder what went differently. Nonetheless, must say I'm pleased with the results. Wait, no, I'm back to suspecting her again. What? I realize it's very difficult to find hope in things. In the darkest times, especially, is when our minds wander. Thoughts lead astray, distorted by fear. As a cartographer, I create maps for places on our Earth that are far greater than my own being. The vast plains, the pulsing seas, the tunneling caves. To search somewhere in the greater picture for ultimate good, beyond my perceived world of existence. It's difficult. I realize Pandora and I are very different. She searched within individuals, I searched the world. However, we were looking to spark and inspire the same thing, hope. Despair will control your lives if you let the fear and darkness of your heart run amok. If you allow those inklings to escape, thoughts of terror will command the reins. How are we to combat such intrusions? Well, answers may vary wildly. Nevertheless, there are strategies in resistance. So I must admit something. The very thing that might be plaguing your concerns. Your talent. The ultimate memory. I fabricated it in an attempt to foil Zero's preconceptions of the game's participants. My eyes widened. I had no words. The notion of an intangible talent like that was meant to play the part of a placebo in your mind. A talent Zero couldn't test the abilities of. One only you could measure. Okay, but what about the time travel? I had hoped it would give you some peace of mind. What with your worries of not belonging. But memory? Not exactly. To give the technical term, if you had the talent pertaining to memory, you would have been properly deemed the ultimate mnemonist? He was just the ultimate reserve corps student. Oh no, Echo, that's so true. However, to give a succinct title would prompt Zero to test it. I cannot allow it. Oh, what kind of a test would he have given? The most immediately telling test would be speed cards. You are given a deck of shuffled cards in which you recite back all 52 in exact order as fast as possible. It was mnemonist. If you were an ultimate student, that fact would have been quickly dashed, or proven with one simple test, and my counterattack against Zero would have failed. What? That said, I was purposely non-specific in bestowing the ultimate memory upon you. I had hopes it would gel with Cyrus's falsified talent of charisma. I admit, it was an interesting decision he made with that one. Yeah, back up. Talk to me about my Cyrus again. Although I had not been speaking, I felt breathless. So, I was just a tool? I felt a stone drop in my stomach. No. A tool is a far cry from what I would call you. You exhibited a strength I did not expect, which was the ability to see through Zero's ploy. Yeah, strength. And more importantly, you saved your fellow students. You are a wild card. Or perhaps you do indeed wield a special ability. You maintain your constitution even under immense pressure and stress. Stop! Gaia was shocked into silence at my outburst. Gaia, I understand that you must have been through a lot. I really do. But to manipulate me? Us? Around at this game as pawns? Isn't that too cruel? Isn't the action in itself becoming just as bad as the people who trapped you in here in the first place? Utilizing ultimate students as a means to an end? You are a product of their tests. You should know better than anyone to toy with. You should know better than anyone to toy with people's lives. Gaia clenched her hands together and her eyes fell into a glazed state. I could see her straining to adjust her thoughts. She blinked slowly and her gaze met mine once again. I apologize. Putting you through all this, it wasn't meant to happen. It's true. I failed to cultivate hope required to withstand pressures from the killing game. I failed Aki. In the end. It's not that. I think you need to take a step back. People aren't just instruments to be molded to use. As far as I've seen, everyone here, ultimate student notwithstanding, has the potential to inspire hope. But we won't get anywhere recklessly pulling strings, nor will we get any results by forcing a result. Gaia was silent and unmoving, as if she were holding her breath. I'm sorry. I never understood Pandora's methods, but I think I now see what she was doing. Her ways of inspiring hope would start small, and would crescendo and grow into something more powerful. I will have the poll, and it won't be next week. It'll be the week after that because I'll be gone for a wedding. But I think I see now what she was doing. Her ways of inspiring hope would start small, and crescendo would grow into something powerful. And even though I'm having a poll, I feel like I'm 90% sure Tetro Pink is gonna win. Why did I not see it until now? It's too late to mourn the past. Perhaps some things are meant to happen. All we can do is take small steps forward towards the future, each moment after. Gaia sighed and nodded. She fell silent once again. Her expression was tight, her head wilted, heavy with regret. I returned upstairs to give Gaia some time. After a moment, I ushered the others down to the testing chambers. When I came back, Gaia was back at the workstation, focused on the monitors once more. Missy and Sei lingered through the testing chambers, anxiously looking at the containment units and monitors. Sei stiffened up before Akihiko's unit, but instead of reacting in any way, she remained unmoving. Zero said we're on a ship, yeah? So where's the bridge? Okay, I gotta say, I'm surprised Lyle is still alive. Like, Lyle, you made it here? What? Let's duck and get the hell out of here once and for all. If we're on a ship, wouldn't the bridge be near the trial grounds? Zero did say that the trial grounds was within a superstructure. HMCS op... Oh my god, stop saying words I can't say, Gaia. Is much larger than you've seen. The collection of rooms you were privy to were only in the quarterdeck. There are a number of bridges scattered across the ship, as there are other rooms. I don't care about the other rooms. Just tell us where the navigation station, command center, control room, whatever it is then. We have to steer this thing towards land so we don't die at sea. The vocab games, yeah, no, they're... It's good. It's a good thing, you know? Expand your lexicon and all. Zero said you got us into this mess, so you better help us get out of it. Gaia was quiet. She had an apprehensive look in her eye, but remained typing at the workstation. That is, you will help us, right? Despite what she had gone through, Gaia's intentions were difficult to read. I couldn't tell whether or not she wanted to escape. Gaia directed our attention to the several monitors and pulled up several images of... It's a squid! I can't see a thing in these monitors. What are you showing us? Wait, is that... This looks like some kind of squid. Well, that only makes sense. We're sailing on the sea. Well, yeah, but why can't we see anything? Oh, we're in a submarine? Is that what type of ship you meant? A feeling of dread froze my blood as we gazed at the near black screens. There are no clear views because we are at the bottom of the sea. Eh? I scuttled the ship. I did what I believed would be the most beneficial thing for all of us trapped here. Oh, this can't be. The atrium and the trial grounds have both revealed the changing sky to us throughout the day. Simple glass projections. The ship is equipped with bleeding-edge technology. It should come to no surprise seeing as its engineer is also an ultimate student. And how exactly do you think sinking us all is going to help? What were you really planning? To bring us to our deaths at the bottom of the sea? Oh, we've been fooled again. It's nothing like that. This is how I prevented another group of students from falling into the hands of the Preservation Project's experiment. Gaia? Gaia, what'd you do? What is the preservation project? I gulped. Even after all this time, I wasn't sure if I wanted to truly hear what the project was. A preservation project, It's a group that provides safe housing for ultimate students, protecting them from whatever could endanger them from utilizing their talents proper. That's what it is, between the whispers, between the ultimate students outside these walls. However, the truth of the matter is that everything you previously knew about the project is smoke and mirrors. The project activities, the safe house, the earthquakes themselves. It's a front for the project's true intentions. Oh my god, when I said Utsuro. It's to make Utsuro. The G in Gaia stands for Gaslight Gatekeep Girl Boss. Something of this magnitude would have an effect would obviously require immense resources. The people responsible for taking art under their wing lobbied for resources necessary to pull this off. And the stories that fabricated this scenario are the product of ultimate students just like ourselves. Through manipulation. With the correct seeds planted, one known as the Ultimate Psionic was able to cause distress, pushing students towards the project's so-called safe house. The reach of their ability required two keys, something visual and something auditory. Wait, what? One of those seeds must have been the letter we all received. There was a distinct watermark at the bottom of each letter. That must have been the visual key. And the auditory key must have been Aki's voice casting the project information out. Therefore, the reason why Echo wasn't aware of any of this was because they never experienced exposure to either of the two keys. What? I was speechless. So, it was a mistake that I was included in this group at all. But after being there to help everyone, it would be cruel to call this a mistake. Again, I have superpowers, y'all. Lal and Missy took time at Gaia to survey the setting we found ourselves in. The ship, the HMCS, was constructed with the vision of housing ultimate talent students in swaths of great comfort. The preservation project acquired it soon after its conception as location for its experiment, a constantly moving location that would be difficult to reach by ordinary means. The conductors of the experiment were situated offshore to prevent the loss of people in our own ranks. The game was to be remotely conducted with the proxy serving as the host. Zero occupied that service, offering himself to sigh with despair after his own win. To combat their puppet strings, Gaia stripped the group of our whereabouts by taking control of their main asset and casting it far beyond their reach. Our underwater demise sat 3,000 meters beneath the pulsing icy pressure of the North Atlantic Ocean. The closest land was the shore of Greenland. The situation felt bleak, but Gaia reassured us somehow. She had prepared for this. She ideally wished to be able to save everyone. Regardless, 5 survivors was still a victory in her eyes. Gaia's unrelenting search through testing chambers database revealed little about the preservation project group. She was frustrated but determined still. Though she was a winner, there had been others that had been removed from the testing chambers due to poor health or experimentation overextension. Even among the array of winners, she had little company. The 6 of us were steeped in thought as Gaia continued to employ herself in the search for knowledge. But it seemed that nothing damningly confidential was saved on location. Exasperated at the lack of further information on the private group that held her captive, Gaia silently threw up her arms in defeat. We should leave. There's nothing more we can do here. I wish to attack the land site and other subsequent lurking agents. I nodded. Lyle managed to stay patient this long, readied himself in anticipation to aid the proper escape. Missy returned again after a short visit to retrieve the personal files Cyrus had. Kanon was still as ever. We stood to exit the testing chambers, but Say remained lost in thought. what about him? It was clear she didn't know how to address her lost friend turned despair vessel. Gaia paused. Her heavy eyes cast a dark downward gaze. There's no denying it. Aki is no longer with us. Her voice was stern. Gaia started towards the door without a break in her step. Wait! What is it? We ought to board the escape pod and make a hasty retreat. It is unwise to stay longer than we need to. I know, but we should pack, like, I don't know, jackets and food and stuff. Don't you feel sad? After all, you're the one who had to stop him. That was my decision. I can no longer take back my actions, can I? I mean, I guess not, but what choice did I have? There are far greater concerns that need to be addressed. I can't be burdened by such feelings, not when there's so much to be done. Gaia, I know you want to push forward, but why not just take a step back and let yourself feel those feelings? I mean, you don't seem the kind to wallow in emotion, but it would be good to acknowledge the fact that you've been trapped here without help. And now we can help you. I mean, at least I want to. I myself must atone for my mistakes. I can't just stop because I regret my actions. Her jaw clenched as those words escaped through gnashed teeth. Who is Akihiko? Gaia's eyes softened and her shoulders fell slack as she let out a soft sigh. Just like all the others we've lost, he was a friend. A piece of me now gone missing. These parts of me have been carved out. The parts that Pandora called her sister, and the parts that Akihiko called his friend. Those pieces of me no longer exist. Death owns those memories. Her eyes glossed over in a deep oblivion. Gaia. It's a dreadful thing I forced you all into. No one else is meant to bear these horrible experiences except for me. You shouldn't have to fight through these feelings alone. Girl's got PTSD answer. I was go, yeah, she is going through it. It's my fault. I'm like, do I still trust you? I don't know. It's my responsibility due to my failure. Shouldn't I be the sole recipient of such consequences? I would let despair destroy me first if it meant I were able to command its damage. Singularity to one and none other. Gaia, all your efforts would be meaningless if you let yourself be killed before making any change. Indeed. Such a loss would be absurd if you didn't make a significant moves to stop the project that apprehended you so. And, well, I don't know what it means to you, but I still have this. Sei produced a small golden disc. So, don't let despair consume you yet. We're depending on you, just as you can depend on us. The room was still. I could hear the blood pumping in my ears as Gaia pondered her purpose. Of course. Viva la guerre éternelle! Long live... It's not eternal war, right? Eternal battle? Guerre. I mean, I know I can look by hitting L after clicking this. It is eternal war! Yeah! Thank you, Les Mis! But also, wait, what do you mean long live eternal? Like, wait, no. Leaving the testing chambers, Gaia led us to the elevator. And Lestat, yes. Thank you, Les Mis and Lestat. Similarly, to the infirmary, and no thank you to Emily in Paris. The opposite side of the elevator cab door was open to reveal a long, dark hallway. Living an eternal battle or war. Okay, gotcha. The six of us trudged through the industrial hall in hushed conversation. Gaia led the way, I followed close, and everyone else was bunched together behind, as if they were still unsure whether Gaia was trustworthy or not. Gaia, I have to know something. Why did you nurse Ashley back to health before her execution? Yeah, that was kind of a little, You had to have known that she was a culprit, right? I didn't wish to leave you two on poor terms. I'm sorry, well, what? I observed, if I recall correctly, that you and Ashley were on little speaking terms just before she went to confront Cyrus. Okay, but, like, making her die painfully versus relatively easily, just so we can, like, have a chat to chat, like, no, it's okay. That makes me feel worse, Gaia. Well, yeah, but it was clear to me that Ashley was powerfully driven, that nothing would stop her when she set her mind to something. And that something in this case was putting your well-being above her own. Why she did that, I of course cannot say. You ought to know better than I. Yeah, she's not good at feelings. I mean, I'll cut her some slack. She's been through some stuff. I do. To soften the blow of the inevitable, I tried in all earnest to bring her back to see a familiar face one more time. Man, this hallway sure is long and forever. Echo. What? You're quite brave. Am I? In the past days, you stood tall against the face of so much anguish. I'm not brave. I'm just trying to fend off these awful feelings. I can't stop thinking about what Ashley did for me. Would it not have been easier to cast away the memories of those past? Forgetting what happened here would be depriving them of their last memory. I let out a pathetic scoff. Isn't it weaker to cling to outcomes that we can't change anymore? I wouldn't go that far. The fact remains, Pandora was inspired. She saw something special about you. Yeah? Like a candle, the small flame creates a vignette of salvation to cut through darkness, all while steadily burning their wax bodies away. That said, the next torch awaits even the slightest bit of fire. We turned a corner where we met with a hatched door. I climbed into the escape pod. Oh, we don't know. That's the end? Oh no, is this now like a bitch? Oh my god, look at her smiling and moving. Aww. I feel like I have so many questions. There's more? Okay, I'm gonna make the credits. Look at them. Look at her baby. A final thingy? Okay, a final thingy. Hi, Zero. Wait, do I get a smiley thing? I want to smile. Let me smile. Aw, cute. Oh, wow. So... yeah, I'll do the secret ending right after this. It's on Zero's Rose Quartz. Finn. Aww, I like this. It definitely feels really different from a Danganronpa game. Oh, okay, continuing. The low drone of the ocean water rolling against the outer walls filled the escape capsule, causing our small group to fall silent and tense. How long has it been? 44 minutes? It felt like an eternity had passed. Same in an inquisitive murmur as she relayed the time, gazing at one of her wristwatches. She simultaneously caught the glimpse of the killing game bracelet. I turned the chain around and noticed mine was the same. Rather than reflect the previous rose gold, our bracelets had turned a hue of pure, bright yellow gold. It seemed to notate victory from the game. No one saw any desire to make small talk during our resurfacing, as if conversation would distract from our escape. Exhaustion hung on everyone's face. Apprehensive eyes cast a dark shadow across the metal exterior. Missy let out a sharp gasp. Hey, you okay? Everyone was alert as Missy began to shake, her breathing broken. She looked like she was in pain. Oh no. Oh no, what's wrong? What's wrong? Then everyone else started to react similarly. Oh, my head is killing. No, please no. What's going on? Not this again. Wait, what? Oh my god, what if we go back in time again? What if we actually go back in time? I was horrified. Everyone was suffering right before my eyes. As soon as their pain began, they all fell still. Oh, no way, no way, no way, no way, no way. I grabbed Kanon by the shoulders and shook her firmly. I heard small breaths escape. I looked at the others to see that they were fortunately still breathing. They're okay. Oh, okay. This is the doing of the ultimate psionic. The adverse reaction mirrors the events that took place when they were captured in the first place. We've been trapped. Can't we just go back before and call the police? Yeah, but no one's gonna listen to us. We're just so sad, not even a reserve corps student. We ain't got no talent. They don't care about us. Not sure. The preservation project must be pursuing the wrecked ship. Zero must have sent out a radio signal to the land site before I stopped him. But how are you all right? They must assume I'm dead. A regrettable assumption for them. I was speechless. Just when I thought it was over, a new complication threw itself before our escape. And me? Gaia looked at me with raised eyebrows. She was surprised. You're lucky. Wait, I'm not the ultimate lucky student. No. Kanon, Lyle, Missy, and Sei were all in unresponsive state. It seems they were rendered unconscious. So what now? There's nothing we can do to stop whoever's waiting our arrival from discovering us. We're just going to have to resurface and see what happens from there. Prepare yourself. For eternal war? Be ready for whatever happens. Do not be idle when we're discovered. It's inevitable. The best we can do is be prepared. I nodded. I'm 4'2". What am I going to do? It's true. We were going to be helpless to take action until we got out of the escape pod. I steadied my breath and closed my eyes. I let the sound of rolling water fill my thoughts. Yay, you won! Congrats! ... And I racked my brain thinking about that evening. Wait, am I home? Wait, what? Oh no, thinking back. Okay, flashback. Alright, thanks for the lift. And be careful with your ankle. I can't believe you insisted on driving even though it's broken. Oh, that's no problem at all. Besides, my ankle's almost done healing, so it's no big deal. It's not like I drive with that foot anyway. I'm just worried since I can't walk you to the door. I want to see if Applejack was in a petting mood. Oh my god, I hope Applejack's okay. My house is right there. You don't need to worry. And if she is, I'll make sure to give that kitty a good scratching for you. Alright, thanks. Night, Ash. Good night, Echo. Her porch light hasn't turned on. She usually turns it on for a minute so I know she made it in, but I should get out and see what's going on. Ow. Oh, there it is. Well, time to get back. Ring, 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 ring. Phone call. Westbridge Stables. Hey, sir, it's Echo. I was just calling to see if Ashley got in okay. I couldn't reach her cell. Ah, hello, Echo. Why, she's just fine. I believe she's busy with a small matter at the moment, but nothing to worry about. Oh, can I ask what's wrong? Ah, nothing's wrong. Nothing in fact at all. It's all very good news. She was approached by a gentleman who was responding to an inquiry in regards to her horseback riding. It's a fantastic opportunity, that one. I wasn't aware she signed herself up for such a prestigious thing. I'm told that pro golfer Arturo fellow is going to be there. Oh, that's great. That's great to hear. I'm absolutely chuffed. My girl is off to go do great things, I tell ya. It's a winding process, as I'm told. So it'll be a while yet before she'll be able to spare the time. I see. Please wish her luck for me. I'll have to give her a call back when she's free to hear all about it. Ah, will do. I'm sure she'll be over the moon, talking your ear off, when all the formalities have been taken care of. And Echo? And Echo? I'm happy Ashley has a friend like you. One who will definitely never get her murdered. Thank you for taking care of her. Yeah, not a problem. It's the least I could do. Wait, no, that made this sadder. Wait. Wait, no. Right? Wait. Oh gosh. Okay, so before I go look at the other ending real quick, my thoughts on Danganronpa Lapse. I mean, first off, beautiful art. Love the characters. The storyline's really interesting. Like, I feel like I can feel, obviously, you know, you can see the bits of a Danganronpa type game, but I feel like this feels like a part one for like a bigger style type of game than a Danganronpa game. Like, I'm like super curious, like, whoa, yeah, we're done with all the mystery, with all like, you know, the killing game things. Like, no, I'm gonna go to the surface. I want to go solve crime. And also, yeah, I got time powers. But yeah, no, I overall, I did like this really a lot. And Missy made it out. I got one, oh yeah, let me bring up my my guessing sheet. See how, I did see Sonic 3. I watched it, the Sunday it came out. I loved it. I loved it a lot. I, don't know where is my guessing? Where did it go? I wasn't like a super like big Sonic person. Like, I love Sonic Pinball. What was the Sonic that I played? So I didn't really know lore, so I don't really know if story things were like, you know, accurate or not, but I had fun. I enjoyed it. Okay. I got 2. I got 2 correct. And one's a protagonist, so I really don't feel like that's even, like, anything. It's like, duh, unless it's V3, like, your protagonist, you're safe. So yay, I got Missy correct in my guessing, and legit nothing else. Aside that, Pandora would be a victim. Oh no, I got Pandora would be a victim, I got Cyrus would be a victim, and I got Arturo would do a murder. This is terrible. This is a terrible guessing of mine. Sorry, Kanon. I'm so sorry. To Kanon and Say, I think I kept saying the entire time, like, these, like, traitor and murderer, nonstop. I mean, I guess technically did do a murder. I'm not wrong in a timeline. Alright, so let me see. Where is that? Is it this spot right here? Is it this spot right here? I think it's this spot. Yeah, maybe I think it's the other one. Should I shoot someone who was grabbing a knife? She didn't succeed. In like that murder timeline, she succeeded. Is this it? Okay, hold on, let me see. I don't remember where the... Oh, oops. Oh wait, no, I think this is too late. I think I was supposed to go back somewhere else. Okay, menu. Okay, was this the spot? There we go. Should I even trust her to begin with? Do I trust Missy? Yeah. Niet. As of now, we have nothing tangible to gain from trusting her. Trust is only a concept that has been tested over time, and to be frank, not enough time has passed to show Missy has trustworthy intentions. You got jump scared by Cyrus's body, sorry. She planted the gun to frame someone into killing. She just perpetrated this killing game cycle. We're getting nowhere like this. If Missy still won't share her alibi, the only thing she is providing is a reason to believe she is the culprit. Exactly. Oh god, we have Lyle confirming with us. We know we're wrong when that happens. For refusing to do so, she's just asking us to dart around the subject of her disappearance. There's going to be one answer for the crime at hand, and it boils down to Missy's gun. So we agree. I don't want to be. There's no proof of anyone else's involvement, and since Missy refuses to deny our claims, we have our answer. If Lyle says that's right, it's wrong. Yeah. No, you're making a mistake. What do you want, Missy? What do you want, young Missy? You're not giving us any options, yet you continue to deny your involvement. If you refuse to contribute to the case at hand, then this is the only conclusion. I'm so curious what happens now. The vote was unanimous. It wasn't even up for debate at that point. Missy Vesper is the culprit. Oh, the vote is so close. Not. Oh, Missy Vesper, you messed up big time. Well, and even now, you won't say anything to dispute the majority vote, even if you knew somewhere in your heart that it was wrong. I know it's wrong. I never killed Cyrus. Then where were you when he died? I know where you were. But why don't you tell the others yourself? I can't. Reko, do you think this is right? Missy's suspicion overshadowed that. Why wouldn't it be? Alright. I'm afraid I'm going to respect the rules of the vote and put you through the ringer. The ringer being punishment time. A trapdoor beneath Missy threw the ground out, instantly swallowing her into a descending void. Once again, her whereabouts were isolated from ours. She had fallen into a small claustrophobic chamber, square into what looked like a restraining chair. Her arms were raised, suspended in air by thin wire. A small table unfolded on her lap. A single sheet of paper and a thin pen were provided. Missy tried to stay still, to avoid fighting what was to come. Her passivity was futile. The wire stroked her arms around, cutting through skin as the friction puppeteered her actions crudely. Help, help, help. The wires dragged Missy's arms through the manic motion of writing a plea for help. It was useless. A single sheet fluttered to the ground. The blood was the canvas, her splattering blood the ink. Help wouldn't be coming. Instead, the sides of the small chamber walls began to close in on Missy as her arms frantically tried to fight against the wire control. It took all her remaining strength to reach past the slim, constricting walls. Excuse me? Die slower. Volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. After witnessing the brutality of her demise, I felt stone cold. I could feel the color drain from my face and my consciousness was still and hollow. Missy was executed? Ashley! Seen you in a while. Ashley finally emerged from the infirmary, but her tall frame folded in under the fragility her pain caused. Bingo! Oh, congratulations! You got what you wanted, right, Echo? Everyone's eyes burned through me. No, this is good. What are you talking about? The others stood by in pin-drop silence, their eyes laying severe judgment upon my shoulders. A majority vote will seal the individual's fate and determine, and voting correctly, and the entire class is executed, with the culprit alone able to walk free and win the ultimate prize. That's the ideal endgame for this culprit. Oh my god, Ashley as a... Oh no, Ashley, no! Even after all of that, you still don't get it. Voting correctly. Echo. A fist clattered in my jaw as Lyle threw me to the floor. No one stopped him. I laid on the floor unmoving, staring blankly at the silhouettes that made up the other students. The taste of metal soaked the back of my throat. Incorrect, but Ashley could never. Listen to you. You still insist Ashley couldn't be the culprit? You're delusional. Zero spelled it out plain and simple, and now the rest of us are going to get executed. Oh, maybe I'll spare Echo the execution and let Lyle do the work for me. Lyle sprang up and stormed off. I could hear his fist pound the wall of the courtroom. Lyle's outburst fell silent. The collapse of his body filled the rest of the sentence. You delulu. I could hear the other scouts' overlay attempts of darting to escape scuff the floor. I thought back to when I first saw Ashley's unconscious body in the casino. Ashley descended upon me, her face dark with contention and weakness. Her hand. I saw something in her hand. Echo, you knew. It was like she read my mind. Yeah, of course I knew. I coughed. I just don't understand why. Why? She was shocked. I can't tell you why. Unfortunately, it's pointless now. Ashley rose and shuffled off. My eyes widened. I gasped, tried to pull myself up and chase after her, but my head began to sting. My vision grew red and bleary. A high-pitched ring shook my head. Pointless? It felt like my head was splitting in two. Ashley's alive, so it wasn't pointless. It wasn't pointless, right? Bleh. Bleh, 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 bleh. Bad ending! Yay! That's really cool. I like how, like, Ashley Westbridge won the ultimate prize. I like how, like, complete there is. Isn't there a similar ending in Your Turn to Die? Where the redheaded girl's the killer because protected and escapes with the girlie of her choice? Oh, yeah, I think she kept asking me for that. Oh, what's her name again? The art girl. I forgot her name. Oh my gosh, yeah. So let's do Final Battle Royale as we wrap things up here. I really like this one. Now, that's what it was. Thank you. I'm like, not Mishima, who was next to Mishima the whole time. Yeah, no. But yeah, no, I really like this. And again, it really does feel like like the game starts with like a core kind of like Danganronpa kind of like theme, but it really does feel like the creators could totally like branch off into their own thing that's not Danganronpa themed like after. I guess it would still be because it's like also ultimates and stuff like that, but yeah, she was dealt with the sacrifice card. She didn't kill anyone. Right. It really has been a long time since I got over Your Turn to Die. Because I still haven't replayed my Steam version of it. I need to replay my Steam version so I can catch up. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's done. It's always like this weird, like, you know, like, oh my god, someone kills, that's Stream Elements, right? Someone kills Stream Elements. Don't let Stream Elements win. Oh my gosh. That last second Monami bandage saved it from dying to Stream Elements. That's amazing. Yeah, so next week, or I guess later this week, I'll put up the poll for the next Danganronpa that we're doing. It's not going to be for, let me pull my calendar. Yeah, so the stream's not going to be the 3rd. It's going to be the 10th since I'm not going to be here the 3rd. Yeah, we'll have a stream next year. Yeah, so it's not going to be next week. Because I'm going to be at a wedding. Because I'm going to be a bridesmaid. So it'll be the week right after that. But yeah, like I said, I'm putting Tetro Pink on because it has been requested daily. I feel daily. I think I get a I don't mind. Like, please tell me you love this game. I'm like, yeah, of course. Like, tell me, like, it's okay. But I feel like I am getting requests daily for Tetra Fink, so I'm gonna put that in the poll with a few others. And you know, and again, I feel like I don't even like when it wins. You don't know that one at all because it's new. It's pretty new, and it's like a new popular one. And I believe they said the creators have it finished and they're just slowly rolling out the chapters. Not slowly, but like relatively quickly rolling out the chapters every Friday or something. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That works. Yeah, so that's it. I'll get to work on making the Lapse characters and Eden's Garden characters for stream avatars. You worry so much about games that are getting endings? Yeah, I'm wrapping up. Yeah, no, same. Happy New Year and happy holidays, everybody. Good night. See you in 2025. See you in 2025.